Oddish research day. So let's get ourselves some shiny boys. Again, like most events these days, this is a shiny that I do not need. I have a full set of Oddish already. Shiny boys. We have the 5 that we need for the whole evolution line. So, no wait, it only needs 4, doesn't it? Yeah. Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, and Blossom. So yeah, we only need 4. Well, we've got 5 already, so it is what it is. We can get some more shinies today, but hopefully we can get some decent IV ones, all of that good stuff. So how are we all doing today? Welcome in. How you going, X-Drive? How you doing, Leon? Welcome in, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we'll get stuck straight into these research. Yoin. So it is a pretty warm day today. Sun is out shining. I've got my sunscreen, I've got my hat, got all the stuff that we need, water, etc. So yeah, it should be a good day wandering around in the sunshine. Of course, I made the mistake of not clearing out my research tasks before I started spinning stops. So, you know, it is what it is. Sometime today would be nice, game. So off to a good start. The game is lagging. Trying to get rid of research tasks. Gee, the game is actually lagging quite significantly right now, so we'll see if that's just issues with the game or so on. But yeah, we can start spinning these stops. We'll have to come back and grab these ones after, but that is okay. We've got plenty of stops. There's plenty of lures and that down, so there's probably going to be quite a few people around here playing today. Will I be using incense? Was there stuff that was popping? I didn't actually read that. I just knew that it was Oddish Research Day and you get them off research. Was there stuff popping up off the incense as well? There was a rodent ad before the stream. Are you wondering if Oddish incense spawns will work for the Sunstone? I'm pretty sure they're not going to be popping up off of incense. They're only popping up off of the research tasks themselves. There is other spawns that we get. I can't remember what spawns they are, but there's a handful of other grass type spawns that we're going to get, but the Oddish themselves are only popping from research mainly. Bellsprout was one of the spawns that we're getting in the wild. So it's Bellsprout, I think Fungus, and something else were like the 3 main spawns we were getting. Hey Martin, how you doing, dude? Good to see you. It's been a while. How have you been? You mean that Pokemon Go Live said that only wild Oddish would be dropping Sunstones? Well, maybe they are popping up off of the incense. I don't know. It's hard to tell what they actually do during these days because they change them from event to event. Last time when we had the research day for the gold Pokemon, some of them were only popping up in the wild, but then the others were popping up off of the actual research tasks. So I'm assuming, I suppose we can go in and have a look at the news, eh? Might help. Event bonuses, twice as much Stardust for catching Pokemon, possible to receive Sunstone after catching Oddish. See, it just says after catching Oddish, it doesn't say in the wild or anything, so it might be. Florida Fishing Fam, how you doing? Welcome in. Are you good? Good to hear, dude. Good to hear. I'm just going to stand in the shade here for a second, just because it makes it a bit easier to actually read the screen. Event field research task will be available when you spin Pokestops at gyms. Completing an encounter will give you Oddish. Let's jump into the actual blog and see what it's got to say. Yes, feature Pokemon. Okay, wild Oddish may be holding a Sunstone. Okay, so you're probably right there where it says that wild ones. Wild encounters Paris, Venonat, Bellsprout, Shroomish, Roselia, Cacnea, Fungus, and Bonsweet. It doesn't say anything about Oddish actually spawning in the wild though, so it sort of contradicts itself there, doesn't it? I guess we'll see if they're spawning in the wild or not. Long time no see. Yeah, dude. How's it been? So far, there is no Oddish spawning in the wild, so I'm assuming that they just meant ones that you get off the incense will be... Alright, so we need to catch a poison-type Pokemon, use 3 berries to help catch Pokemon, and take a snapshot of a wild grass type. So get our snapshot done. Duck's up early at 5 a.m. Well, welcome in, Ducky. How you doing? How are you doing today, Diana? So yeah, these days are usually pretty good when it comes to shinies. The last couple that we've done, we've finished with around 10-ish or so shinies for the day. So it should be a 1 in 10 for the research encounters, which actually gives them the highest odds out of any shiny available, sort of thing. So there is actually a little bit of wind today, so I apologise if there's a bit of wind noise coming through the phone. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about it, just because it is a little bit open around here. So you're okay, you forgot about today, so hopefully you do it a bit today. It's alright, you got the 3 hours to get it done, and like I said, they do have the highest odds out of anything. Wait, I took a snapshot of a wild grass type. Why did that not work? Did I not take a snapshot? Do I have to actually save it onto my phone? Okay, again, that didn't register, so we'll try and actually save the shot because... Hey, Underground, how you doing? Welcome in. Okay, well, for some reason, it says take a snapshot of a wild grass type Pokemon. That one is just not working for some reason. I guess I'll try and take one of just one that I've already caught just to see if that's going to help. But for some reason, yeah, that's just not working. Unless it wants me to go into AR mode, which I really don't want to do. Okay, so take a snapshot of a wild Pokemon obviously means take a snapshot of one that you've already caught because it registered it then. So keep that in mind, guys, that if it doesn't trigger for you, you might have to actually catch it and then take a picture of one that you've caught. So we'll collect our first 3 tasks and see if we can get ourselves a shiny straight off the bat. So first research is not a shiny. I'm not actually sure what a hundo is for this, so I guess we'll see if maybe we can get ourselves a hundo. But the good thing about today is if you're needing to get research tasks done for the Master Ball research, it's a great day for that. You should be able to get through quite a few research tasks. So we started on about 20, so we'll see how many we can get done for the end of by the end of the day. You got your first Shundo a week ago through a... Nice, dude, nice. What did you end up getting? Alright, so we want something about 550-ish, I would say, for the hundo. A Noctowl, that's not a bad one to get, dude. Nice. Well done. Hey, there we go. We're off to a good start, guys. We got a shiny out of our first 3 research tasks. So, let's see how many shinies we can finish with for the day. What are we guessing? Like, what are the estimates for our shinies for the day? How many do you think we'll end up with? Remember, it's 1 in 10. We got 3 hours. I'm reckoning, I'm in that between 10 to 15. You reckon 15? That's being generous. I reckon it'll be closer to 10, but we'll see how we go. You caught a shiny teddy at work a few minutes ago. Nice. Well done on your teddy. Was it one that you needed? I do like shiny teddy Ursa. It's a nice coloured green. Unfortunately, Ursaring does not get that same treatment. Ursaring is more of a just horrific lime green, whereas in Teddy Ursa looks a lot like a gummy bear. With other random shinies, you reckon, as well, on top of that. Okay, we'll see how we go. What? Wait, why did I only pick up one research task? Oh wait, these are ones that I've probably already spun. That would probably be why. Nice that it was one that you actually needed. Alright, so catch 5 that's not even an event one, so that one can go away. Take a snapshot of a wild grass type again, make 3 great throws. And lastly, the game is really lagging. Make 3 great throws. Okay, I'm just going to quickly restart my game and hopefully that might... See how we go with that. A week ago you accidentally transferred your Hundo La Vesta. Oh no, dude. Oh, that sucks. How did you manage to do that? Shouldn't it have been starred and named and all that sort of stuff just so you didn't do something like that? That sucks, dude. How did you manage to do that? Please don't do that. The game is still a bit laggy. So it might be that there's just a few people around here playing at the moment. Our events here are usually fairly laggy, which is disappointing. It'd be nice if we could actually have some... Ooh. I think the CP might be a little bit high, but... PvP Breloom, anybody? Breloom has its moments in PvP sort of thing. It's not the greatest, but it can be useful. Your game keeps getting you... Wait, you got to re-log in all the time? That's strange that it's logging you out. It was start, at least you thought it was. Got to change your transfer. Yeah. That's why I do everything manually. I don't leave it up to chance when it comes to transferring stuff and just checking shinies in general, because a lot of people use their Go Plus and stuff like that, and I've been seeing a lot of people posting up on Twitter about how they keep losing shinies through their Go Plus Plus. So I can't do it. I gotta check it manually. The Hammer Bro Breloom is your favorite Pokemon? I do like Breloom. I'm a fan of all the mushroom type Pokemon. They are my favorites. Favorite sort of designs. Seriously, stop making this difficult. Do get this great throw. Thank you. Thank you. I just need a great throw. Thank you. Yeah, so things like Breloom, Shroomish, Fungus, Amoongus, and like Paris and Parasect and stuff like that. I find their designs very interesting because of like the mushroom types. Because I've always had a thing for mushrooms. Like I like mushrooms in general. They're pretty cool little things. Alright, so we'll take another snapshot. So yeah, it's weird that it says take a snapshot of a wild one, but then triggers when you take a snapshot of a one that you've already caught. Hey, there we go. A Paris. Speak of the devil. Death cat mushroom. They're cool. I mean, as long as you're not eating them. I mean, there are thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of types of Pokemon. Almost mushrooms in the world. It's like there is a large portion of them which are incredibly poisonous. But it's like that with animals and plants and stuff like that as well. So just don't eat them and you'll be fine. You got a hundo shroomish while working out. Nice, dude. Alright, second set of research tasks. Can we get lucky? Get ourselves a second shiny? First one is not shiny, 500 CP, so it shouldn't be too good on the IVs. Hey, Leon. Welcome back, dude. I did see you at the start. Have I seen Negan around? Yeah, she's been in the streams. She's not here so far today because she's probably doing her event. So she might pop in at some point later once she's done with her day. But yeah, she's in most streams. Second one, not a shiny. Jimmy's like shrooms. They're mushrooms. Just mushrooms in general. Like, I've liked mushrooms ever since I was a little kid. I don't necessarily like eating a lot of mushrooms just because some of them are a bit on taste. But in general, just the way that they look and everything, I've just been a big fan of mushrooms since I was a kid. Did you know that there's bioluminescent mushrooms that glow in the dark? Now they're cool. We need some glow in the dark mushrooms. And a schlucky swine-up at school. Alright, so 5'11". 5'11's not too bad. So yeah, like I said, it'll be somewhere around that 530-ish to 550-ish range, I would say, for a hundo. Alright, so I need to keep track of the stops that I've already done. I think I've done this one. Yep. We'll spin it anyway. 40 Pokeballs. We've done this one already. It'd be good if there was more of an indication that you finished the research task on a certain Pokestop. Like, I know that you've got the little thing up in the corner when you click on them, but just a visual indication when you're looking at them from the world view, I think would be better. Especially on days like today where you could actually see which ones you've already done. Again, we have one that is not an actual event task. Battle in a gym, make 3 curveball throws in a row. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to get rid of the gym one because all the gyms that are nearby to me are Valor gyms, which doesn't really work for me because I am Team Valor. So I can't battle in a gym. Again, that's 3 research tasks so far that have not been event research tasks. So I wish Niantic wouldn't do that. If you're going to do an event like this where it's sort of based around doing research tasks, every task should be an event task. It only goes for 3 hours, so it's not like people are going to get locked out of doing research tasks for the whole day. So yes, don't eat death caps. No, you don't want to go eating death caps. Or the bioluminescence ones. I mean, just in general. There is a lot of toxic mushrooms in the world. Oh no, I've already claimed the 7-day thing. That's just sitting there. I haven't caught it yet. I wouldn't be able to collect research tasks if I hadn't claimed my... as long as you claim the rewards, you can just stack the thing there so you don't actually have to catch it. Hey, Yu Chang, how you doing, dude? Welcome in. These people have music playing over there at the barbecue area, so we might have to try and get past there as quickly as possible so we don't get a copyright claim. having music playing in the background. Alright, may as well just collect this one and then pick up another 3. Ooh, 517. This one is going to be the best one that I've caught so far today. Just chucking my phone on the charger since we're going to be out all day. Alright, this is not bad. Not bad. I'll start that one for now. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Weather is beautiful today. Minus it being a little bit windy, but that helps keep the heat off a little bit. But yeah, beautiful day out today. Can't complain. Again, another non-event task. What are you doing, Niantic? So we've got a wild poison type this time, not a wild grass type. Earn a candy while exploring with your buddy. Looks like we're going to have to change. Actually, you know what? Those ones, they take up too much time, so let's not worry about doing those ones. Any research tasks like that, which takes a little bit of time to get done, I'll probably just ignore, just because there's other research tasks that I can get done in that time that I would be waiting just to get that one research task done. So yeah, the battle in a gym one, as long as there's no gyms around me that I can do, we'll probably get rid of them. Those earn a candy with your buddy ones. No raids. Probably not today. There isn't really any Oddish raids or anything. Not that I would probably do any Oddish raids. Yeah, I'll probably just be focusing more on doing this type, the research task rather. New York just missed a hurricane, but it got poor Maine. I mean, it's weird how that's happening. The hurricanes are moving further north, so all these states like New York and stuff like that, which never really used to get hit by hurricanes, are starting to get hit by that sort of stuff. Oh, Beldum. We will take the Beldum. But I'm glad that it missed you. And that should be more that the hurricane missed New York, not New York missed the hurricane. It's just, New York wasn't the one that was flying it. The hurricane's just sitting stationary, just like, dude, what are you doing? Stop trying to... It's just because the planet's warming up, sort of thing. So as things warm up, because that's basically what a hurricane is. It's when cool and hot air collide over the ocean, and basically it just forms a big cell, like storm cell. So as the weather warms up around parts of the world that used to be colder, it just means that the hurricanes are moving into those regions. It's the aliens, I tell you. That too. Like, it probably has something to do with the aliens as well. Those damn aliens. They're the ones that are causing global warming. It has nothing to do with the industrialization of the planet. It's got everything to do with aliens. There's a route around the lake, walk, and 3 others. Okay, cool. I keep forgetting about the routes. If I've already... But thank you, Adamantium. Have I already passed the starting point? I think I may have already missed the starting point. Okay, well, when I get back to the car park, I might have to have a look again, because I think I've already moved past the... Big walk. Yeah, unfortunately, I've already moved past it, and you can't start them halfway through sort of thing because they don't register. Pretty much all of them start there. Okay, because I'm going to be walking around the lake. When I get back there, I might start one of the other ones. So thank you for letting me know. Somebody remind me, because I'll likely forget, because I'm like that. You have seen tropical winds here in central New York. They're no joke. You lost many trees. Yeah, big storms are insane. Like, we're lucky here in Melbourne, just because we're a bit far south, to get hurricanes and stuff like that. And they don't really hit this side of the country. They hit more Western Australia and the northern parts of the country. Sort of like northern Western Australia, the Northern Territory and parts of Queensland sort of thing. Not so much Queensland, more like Northern Territory, Western Australia. So we're fairly safe down here in Melbourne. But as I said, as the weather warms up, who knows, maybe we will start seeing hurricanes and stuff like that. Okay, 3 berries, snapshot of a poison type. Hey, we get another kilometer. That's another thing that we can do a bit of today. Oh my god, the game is lagging so badly. You can have a berry. Probably don't need to worry about catching them, but we will. Northern Queensland sees a lot of cyclone. Okay. I thought they petered out more before they got to that sort of region. We haven't really had a big cyclone slash hurricane slash typhoon, because it depends on what part of the world you're in and what you call them, but they're all the same thing. Yeah, haven't seen one of them in Australia for a few years now. Cyclone, hurricane, yeah, typhoon, sames. Depends on which part of the world you're in. Typhoon sounds the best though. I think out of all of them, like typhoon sounds like some sort of like Street Fighter move, like typhoon. No tricks. It's research day for Oddish. So basically, it's like a community day, except you'll encounter them through research tasks. And there is a 1 in 10 chance of you getting a shiny from the research tasks. To take a snapshot. This is going to get a bit frustrating all day because I'm going to be turning the camera on and off. Okay, so that one didn't... That's weird. Apparently the grass type ones are only triggering when you take a picture of one that's already in your storage, and the poison type ones that you actually have to take a photo of one in the wild. So they seem to have stuffed up those research tasks. One is one and one is the other, even though they both say wild. So keep that in mind, guys. I don't know if it'll be fixed by the time it gets to you, but just so you know, if they don't trigger for you when you're trying to do them in the... So we'll try and do this one as a... Yeah, okay, so poisons are working in the wild, grass are working as ones that you've already caught. So, yeah. Just remember that. Hey, Becky, how you doing, dude? Debbie was our last big one. How many years ago was that? I mean, I'm down in Melbourne, so I don't really keep track the hurricanes and stuff, because like I said, it's something that doesn't affect us. They are all the same thing. Monsoons are different. Monsoons aren't really a hurricane. Monsoons are a rain thing. So when it's monsoon season in like India and stuff, it just means that you're getting like really bad rains, monsoonal rains. 2017, 2018. Okay, so it's been a few years, 5 or so years since our last one. I'll be back in chat in about 15 minutes, going to Macca's to get a coffee. No worries, dude. See ya soon. Wee. Why are we weeing underground? I mean, that's it. Because we need to go to the bathroom, Jimmy. No. Hey, Reckless, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Welcome in. So we've been going for half an hour so far. We have one shiny. We haven't really finished a lot of research tasks at this point. Because, yeah, it's just been a bit of a pain, since some of them haven't been actual event research tasks, and a lot of them aren't working the way that they're supposed to be working either. So it's just made it a little bit difficult to get a decent chain of research tasks together, but we'll see how we go. Damn it, I missed the golden stop as well, because I was too busy trying to do research. Stops. Alright, so we got one of them done already. Those ones are easy. I don't mind those ones, because you can get them done like super quickly. Alright. Peanut berry to help catch 3 Pokemon, 3 curveballs. We can do that. So hopefully, and we'll chuck an incense on as well. See if we can actually get some of these Oddish to spawn in the wild, because yeah, I'm still not sure whether or not you're going to get the sunstones from the wild spawns, or if they're going to be just from the research tasks. So, because as usual, Niantic haven't really made it too clear on what they're doing, because they've given us mixed information. Set of research tasks. Let's see, can we get lucky from these ones? First one is, hey, there we go, second shiny of the day. So, if it keeps up like this, we should end up with a decent amount of shinies. Stats are 2 stars, unfortunately. Hopefully we can actually get a decent one as well. Get some decent shinies, because all the ones that I've caught have been in the wild. So if we can get some decent ones from research, hopefully that'll give me some ones that I can actually evolve. Second one. Hey, back-to-back shinies. There we go. So we're up to 3. That happened very quickly. That escalated quickly. Yeah, the stats on that one are not too bad. Alright, can we go with a hat trick? Can we get 3 shinies in a row? Wind is blowing. 3 shinies in a row. Game lag. Disappointing. 504, so not fantastic. So unfortunately the incense are only lasting for an hour today. Again, there is a lot of research tasks which are just not event research tasks, which it just makes it so much harder to enjoy these days because we have a limited amount of research tasks that we can actually collect in this area. So having half of them not even being the research tasks that we need for the event, it's like, come on, Niantic. Get your act together. You want people to actually go outside and do stuff, but then you keep screwing up every event. Again, another one, and catch dragon type Pokemon. I don't think we're going to be doing that at any point today. I don't think there's going to be many dragon types which are going to be spawning. So, okay, so transfer 5, 3 pineapples. Hopefully we can get another one from this research task. But yeah, the majority of these stops here have just been non-event tasks, which just sort of a bit pointless today. And this is the first time that it's been like this. During the other research events that we've had, basically every task has been an event task. So, yeah, I don't know why they decided to just make half the stops not even event tasks for today. Oh my god, hair, will you stay? This is the problem with having long hair on a... it's obviously just out of my reach. I need to walk around to it. Hey Raptor, how you doing? Yeah dude, we're up to 3 shinies already. I got back to 1 shinies from the last set of research tasks that I did. Just need to get to this Pokestop so I can pick up more research tasks. And fingers crossed this one will actually be one that we need. Transfer 3 pineapple berries. Yeah, okay, 3 berries, 3 pineapple berries. Nice, easy. So yeah, I had 4 shinies before we started, and I've got another 3 already, sort of thing. So we're up to what, 7 shiny. Oops. Yeah, but not Bellsprouts. Oddish. That's the one I'm thinking of. Hey Jimmy, how you doing, man? Everything has been a bit of a pain in the ass to catch today as well. My god, seriously, stop. I can't really see my screen right now either, which is making it even more difficult. Set of tasks. Let's chuck some shiny vibes into the chat, see if that's going to help. First task is a shiny. Okay, 515. We're slowly getting better ones. I mean, if I can finish today with a hundo, because I'm pretty sure I don't actually have a hundo Oddish. Should actually check to see. Second one. Not shiny. Ooh, 5'17". Fly, leave me alone. So I haven't got anything over that 520-ish yet. This is going to be a shundo. Come on. I can feel it. Shundo. 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 515 again. Good thing is being research ones, they're not going to get too low in IVs. And yeah, this is a lot better than the last research day that we did, that we did down here. It was pretty wet and cold that day, which just made it very, very frustrating to be out. Alright, transfer 5, catch a poison type, evolve 3 grass types. So far, haven't seen a lot of the battle in the gym ones. That's been one of the biggest problem with these events in previous events. There's been way too many sort of battle orientated ones. To evolve 3. But yeah, it just seems like they've gotten rid of the battle type ones more and just replaced them with Pokestops that aren't actual event ones. And given they don't refresh every hour, which I think is something else that they should do during these events, they should make it that the Pokestops refresh every hour, just so people that don't have access to a lot of Pokestops can still partake in the event to an extent. Nice if we could speed up the evolve animation or skip it or something by now as well. Seen it enough times that something that we desperately need. It looks like they may have actually sped up the trade animation. Somebody was posting up on Twitter that it looks like the trade animation has been sped up. And I'm going to transfer. Alright, next group of tasks. Can we get lucky and get ourselves shiny number 4 for the day? I mean, if we can finish up with 4 or 5 an hour, we should do pretty well. First one, not shiny, 2009, sorry, 2009, 509. That's the benefit of having one Pokemon spawning during these events rather than having the 5 or 6 that we had during the last research day. It means that the shiny odds should probably be a little bit better, just because it's not spread across so many different Pokemon like it was during the gold event. 2 is also not shiny. 5 or 6. Disappointing. Alright, last one from this stack. Fingers crossed. Sparkle for me. Damn. 493. Okay, I think this one's going to be fairly close to floor. This one might be 10, 10, 10, because this is definitely the lowest one that I've seen. This one is horrendously close. 10, 11, 11. Alright, next group. That stop is a little bit out of the way. There's one that I haven't spun yet. We'll see if these ones end up giving me the research tasks that we need. If not, I'll walk up to that other one. For now, I think, given that it's sort of over by itself, it might just be a little bit out of the way to get to. Bugger it. It's not that far off the path. Thanks, Barter. We're doing pretty well so far. We're already up to 3 for the day. Okay. That wasn't too bad. It looked a little bit further away than it actually was. Catch 3, catch 3. And please be another catch 3. Nope. One that I've already done. Yeah, definitely had good luck with the shinies so far. Okay, this one is... use 3 pineapple berries. Okay, nice. Hey. Wouldn't mind just a little bit more cloud cover. Takes the light out of the sun just a little bit. It's tiny little... Sun's already coming back out. Yeah, I don't mind the warmer days when you come out to play, except when the sun is like blazing all day. Overcast days on nice days are usually the best, like warmer days I should say. Oh my god, seriously, what is this thing's issue? Can you stay in the... Fungus has given me all the issues. So, oh, wait, didn't I? No. Make one more. I think this is our, what, 5th set of research tasks that we've collected so far? Oh my god, seriously, dudes. Is it just me, or have Pokemon become a lot more aggressive lately? I've been noticing it across the board. It seems like Pokemon have just become a little bit more aggressive than what they have been over the last couple of months. Like, I seem to be getting a lot more breakouts and a lot more Pokemon actually running from me. Alright, number 1. Not shiny. 505. Alright, so yeah, we started on what? About 20 research tasks completed, and we're up to 39. So we've done like 19 research tasks so far. $19 research tasks for 3 shinies. Shiny. Again, another 493. What is this garbage? Hey Becky, welcome back, dude. Yeah. Is that a spider on me? Something was walking on me. Is it just my hair? It might just be my hair. Last one. Damn it. Okay, 517, so at least it's on the opposite end of the last one. Still haven't got anything too good though, like something that's sort of that mid to high 90s. So hopefully at some point during the day we can get some decent IV ones as well as our shinies. And actually, something that I was going to do we have a shiny Oddish, a Hundo Oddish rather? No. Why did I click shiny? That was not what I meant to. No. Okay. No Hundo Oddishes. Alright, given that we're a little way away from other Pokestops, we may as well just do this one instead of waiting to pick up another couple. But yeah, it seems they may have taken some feedback from the last bunch of events that we've had like this, the research events, because they really seem to have toned down the battle research tasks. Like any of the ones that take a bit more time to get done, like the walking ones and the battle ones, I haven't really seen a lot of. They're still there, but they're just not as abundant as they used to be, sort of thing. So, because it seemed that during the last event that they were like every second stop pretty much. So it seems that they've realized that we have limited time to get these events done, so it's best to sort of limit the amount of ones that are going to take us, you know, more than a few minutes to get done. Little random Pokestop is the 518. That is our new highest one for the day. Hey Negan, how you doing? Welcome. How was your day? Are you doing the Oddish research day today? If so, ooh, yeah, not bad. How many shinies are you up to so far? Alright, so we'll walk around. Only one just started. That's still pretty good if we just started. I'm up to 3 so far. So we're 5 minutes away from the first hour being over. We have 3, so hopefully we can try and get at least one more to finish off the hour. And yeah, 3 to 4 an hour I think is going to be a nice amount. Make 3 nice throws, 3 berries. So I like them when they match up like that. It seems that there's a lot of research tasks during this one which are very similar, so you can sort of complete them at the same time. If you can actually hit nice throws and you use berries like you're supposed to. I just read and the first thing I do is miss a nice throw and not use a berry. Jimmy, your brain's not working, which is not unusual. You've taken 3 snapshots of a wild grass. Yes, apparently that is glitched out and it's one that you've already caught. So that's something that I was saying at the start of the stream because I was having the same issue with it as well. It says wild Pokemon, but take a picture of one that you've already caught and it'll trigger that you've finished the research task. The poison type ones is one in the wild, so there's 2 research tasks for catching like that. Catch a poison type, take a snapshot of a poison type Pokemon and take a snapshot of a wild grass type Pokemon. Both wild sort of thing. One is wild, the poison type is wild, and the grass one seems to be one that you've already caught and it'll trigger it. Yeah, Niantic just stuffed up their research tasks like usual. Yeah, because that was one of the first research tasks that I picked up for the day, and I was having that same issue. I was just like, I'm taking a snapshot of a wild grass type Pokemon, but it doesn't seem to be working. Hang on, I'll check to see if it works if I take a picture of one that I've already caught, and yeah, sure enough, it works. Hey, chum, another mod is here. Welcome in. How are you doing, dude? Where are my Pokemon? Yeah, I had a spider on my eye. I thought it was like a fly flying across my eye. There was an actual spider walking across my eye. Hey, Gelato, how you doing? The stream layout is odd right now. Your screen is extremely small, even on phone. It should be normal. Is anybody else having the issue with the stream being odd? Or is it just Tom? I've had nobody else saying anything, so I'm assuming that it might just be you, dude. Because somebody else might have said something by now if that was the case. Because I'm streaming the same that I usually stream, so I don't know why there would be any difference. But yeah, let me know, guys, if there is something odd looking with the stream. You can't full screen it like normal. Okay, well, it might just be a problem with YouTube, just because oh, damn it, that had to be in a row. I haven't done anything differently for the streams. They should be normal. So it might be a YouTube thing. Oh my god, stop. I hate these ones in a row that when they're being aggressive and you can't bloody hit them as well. I'm doing good, Gelato. Can't complain. Catching shinies. Making sure that I'm not standing on a bull ant's nest, because that would be not good. See, this is when it's always good having a stack of Pokemon that you can just throw stuff at when you need to. Yeah, I don't know why you can't full screen it. The stream is set up the way that I usually set them up, so I can't see why it'd be something that I've done. It must just be a YouTube thing. You can go back into the stack now. I don't need you. But that's very odd that it's set up that way. Maybe YouTube have updated something and they just broken whatever, because, you know, they do that sort of stuff all the time. Next Scarlet stream when? I don't know, honestly, dude, I've stopped playing that game. I just didn't get into it the same as I've gotten into other Pokemon games. The story was a bit meh. I sort of got bored with it and just stopped playing it. Savage. I mean, I might play it. I mean, now that the DLCs are out, I might play it again soon, but I got to spend a bunch of money on the PC and stuff like that, so I don't have money to spend on DLCs for Pokemon at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. There was something about Scarlet and Violet that just didn't really vibe with me, sort of thing. I mean, they're okay games. I just didn't really get into them as much as, say, Sword and Shield and stuff like that. I just found that they were a bit lackluster. You happy that we're on a mini event break? What, in Pokemon Go? And we're still getting events. I wouldn't really call it a break. Oh my god, more bugs on me. Bugs flying down my bloody shirt. Yeah, I mean, we've got this event this week. We had Charmander Com Day, what, was last weekend? And that was right after GoFest, so I wouldn't say that we're on too much of an event break. Was it because it was more open world? No, not really. I mean, I enjoyed the open world aspect of it. I think it was just the story in general just didn't really get into the story. There was too many characters. Just some of the mechanics of the game I didn't really enjoy too much. Like the whole, I can't even remember their names now, but the battling of the car, like the Team Star stuff, and like the battling of the cars and all that sort of stuff was just like, this is a bit blur. Just didn't really do it for me, sort of thing. Just wasn't really a big fan of that mechanic of the game. Yeah, it's like they just tried to put too much stuff into one game, and it was like, just pick a lane and stay in it rather than trying to take up every single lane. I think that was my main issue with the game. There was just too many different things to do, and it just got a bit overwhelming. Like, not overwhelming, but it was just like, there's too much to do. Fly. Go away. Okay, earn a candy walking with your buddy. Can we get rid of that one? 3 curveball throws, nice throws in a row. So we should be able to do both of them at once. I will walk back over there. I think I need to walk back so I can get around there onto the path and spin those stops that I need to over there. Well, after the back to a back event, but that's basically. You mean just normal events sort of thing, not weekend events. And they still give us way too many events though, especially like after GoFest. I think we needed a bit of a break, but they gave us sort of Comday Classic the very next weekend, and it was just like, we just spent a whole weekend out spending money and, you know, spending a lot of time in the game. Maybe a weekend off would be nice, so we could do other things with our life rather than just having to play the game 24/7. Yeah, I think another reason why I didn't really get into Scarlet and Violet that much is just because of Pokemon Go and their incessant events and stuff like that. I think I just got a bit burnt out with Pokemon, and I wanted to start doing some other stuff. Hey Darth, how you doing? That's why I started playing like Starfield and stuff like that. Like, I've been longing to play something else for a while and spend a bit of time in a different universe rather than just another Anakin. I think that was the same one from before. Yeah, instead of just being stuck in the Pokemon universe for forever sort of thing. So just having the opportunity to do something other than Pokemon. It's not that I don't enjoy Pokemon, it's just that after 7 years of Pokemon Go and Sword and Shield and now Scarlet and Violet and stuff like that, I feel like it's just been very oversaturated with the Pokemon universe over the last 7 to 8 years. So it's just like, I want to do something else. Nothing. What's up with you? I'm trying to catch shiny Oddish. I can't complain. Oh my god, this fly is... Summertime. It's like, I like the warmer weather so much better, but these flies just, they do my head in. Okay, may as well just collect these two by themselves instead of trying to pick up another one and get done in the time. So, can we get another shiny? Can we get first shiny from the second hour? First one, no, 507. So most of the ones from the research have been around that same mark, IV-wise. They're not fluctuating too much. Spoiler, they forgot to boost them again with... they have been boosted. We're already up to 3 shinies for the day. So they definitely are boosted. But honestly, at this point, hey, there we go. See, I told you. Shiny number 4 for the day, guys. So that's our first one from the second hour. Hey, there we go. Oddish dropped the Sunstone. So they are from the ones from the research task. So people were asking at the start of the stream if the ones that spawn in the wild are the ones that give you the but haven't seen any in the wild so far, and I didn't think we were going to, given it's the research day, and they didn't say anything about the Oddish spawning in the wild as well. So yeah, the wild Oddish that said that they would be holding the Sunstones are the ones from research, guys, just so you know. But that is our first Sunstone for the day. Thank God I've already got some. So I think that they should have made it. We got a few more today. There should have been a special research task that we could have got done during the day as well in the Today tab that gave us like a handful of them. Not even that many, like 2 to 3, just so people had a few extras sort of thing. I think that would have been a good thing that Niantic could have done, but of course, why would they have done that? Stop giving me these ones that I don't want. Alright, so I think our next group of research tasks are going to be these ones up here. So we got a minute. Good thing is I'm back into the part of the area, like the park, where there's a bit of shade. Because basically all around the lake where I've been walking, there's not a lot of shade. So it's been a little bit roasty in the sun. I can't stop. I think I keep spinning the same research task because I keep picking that up, and same with the egg hatching one. Okay, we've already done that one, so yeah. Okay, next 3. Have we done these ones? No. And no. So, okay, I've done that one. Alright, I'm walking that way. So yeah, the rest of these tasks should keep me pretty occupied for this next hour, but for the last hour we might have to head over to those stops over there, which is usually the case during these research days. Hey Rob, how you doing, man? Welcome in. How are you doing today? Alright, these tasks are... Too many non-event tasks, Niantic. You can't get these events right. Either you're putting a whole bunch of research tasks that are just too hard to get done during the time allotted, or half the research tasks aren't even event tasks. God, just get it right. Is it so hard to run an event which is actually the way that it's supposed to be? I don't understand. Why do they struggle so badly? Okay, 3 berries, evolve 3, and catch the grass types. If you're tired of the Pokemons, try playing more games with friends. Yeah, basically. With fans, rather. Friends, fans, same. Yeah, I've had a few people suggesting playing stuff like Rocket League and stuff. I've also had people suggesting playing Fortnite. I'm just like, no, for the love of God, no. I don't want to play Fortnite. But yeah, I'm happy to play like Rocket League and stuff like that. I mean, I've tried doing like multiplayer stuff on the channel before, stuff like Smash Bros, but I've never been really big into Smash Bros, and everybody else is. So I just get my ass kicked, and I'm like, this isn't fun. I don't want to just sit here for 3 hours getting my butt kicked. And we should probably evolve Oddish, given that we have a lot of spare candies. Hey Roger, how you doing, man? Practice makes perfect. I'm just not big into Smash Bros. Like, it's the type of game that you either have to be really good at or nothing, sort of thing. Just because everybody seems to be really, really, really good at it. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just hard to get good at it, sort of thing, when you're not really that into it. How's the shiny hunt going? We're up to 4 so far, so we're doing pretty good. Can't complain, been a good day. And I mean, in all honesty, like, I'm an old school fighter game sort of person, so I'm into stuff like Tekken and Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all of that sort of stuff. Smash Bros was never really my thing, and I think that's why, just because it's so different in comparison to like all the other fighting games. Like, the buttons and stuff are just really different, so it's just hard to pick up as a different fighter. And yeah, growing up and stuff like that, I was always into like single player games, like multiplayer games. I never played a lot of like competitive or online games and stuff like that. I play a lot of single player games. I like getting lost in a world rather than being competitive in a game, sort of thing. Like, that's where I get my enjoyment out of games. Hey, there we go, shiny number 5. Yeah, so games like Skyrim and, Starfield and stuff like that, I enjoy those types of games just because you get enveloped in a whole nother world, like universe and stuff. Insert skill issue here. I mean, for Smash Bros, yeah, like I said, I'm just not really into it. Give me any other fighting game though, and I'll smash it. I just like those more complex like, I think that's an issue with Smash Bros. It's difficulty in its simplicity, because there isn't a lot to it, sort of thing. Like, you have only a certain amount of combos. The biggest in-depth part of it is like picking which characters you're going to main with, and like learning how to use those characters, because every character is different. Whereas in another fighting game, you've got so many different combos that you can use and learn and stuff like that, where I just find it's a bit better, because you can learn different fighting styles with the same character. Whereas when you're picking stuff in Smash Bros, it's more you learn how to use a specific character like a certain way, sort of thing, rather than having different ways that you can use that character. Mario Kart is fun. I haven't played Mario Kart since Mario Kart, the original, basically, on the good old Super Nintendo. Go away, Harley. Alright, these stops are done, so we can move on to our next 3, which are going to be those 3 there, and then we can go up to those other ones, those new ones. Are we playing Go Battle League or not? I haven't done Go Battle... Like, I don't mind doing Go Battle League with you guys, but just playing it in general against random people on thing, I don't really like doing that, just because it's... I don't know, I don't really get enjoyment out of that. I'd rather battle people that I know, and I can chat to you guys in the chat and stuff like that while I'm battling. picking it up its heat. I'm assuming you mean like Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. Again, I don't have a lot of money at the moment because I got to like buy parts, but I'm going to spend like $1,700 on computer parts in the next couple of days. So after that, I don't really have a lot of money to spend on games in general. Make 3 great throws. Okay. Oh, sorry, make 3 curveball throws, not great throws. Wild poison type. You hit level 33 during the Paldean event, but now you need to do my task. Which tasks do you have to do on level 43? I can't remember now. Isn't the Evolve Eevee ones part of that stage? I mean, they've just released the new Mortal Kombat game. If you guys want me to do fighting games, it's like, again, I don't have the money for it right now, but somewhere down the line we might be able to do some Mortal Kombat. That's one of my original fighting games. Like that and Street Fighter were like the first sort of fighting games that I got back into when I was a kid. Or got into back when I was a kid is probably a better way of putting it. The Go Battle tasks. Transfer 5. Can we get lucky from this set of research tasks, guys? We've had fairly good luck today. This is my 31st research task for the day. So 4 shinies out of like 30 tasks so far. That's not too bad. Those odds have been pretty good. So essentially 1 in 10-ish sort of thing. A little bit over 1 in 10 at this point we've been getting a shiny from. Pretty sure I did my Go Battle stuff with my second account when I was on that stage of I just battled myself because it made it easy. Oh, it's the one where you have to win. Okay, yeah. So you have to do actual battles. I still think you can do them in general, like you don't actually have to do them with somebody through Great Battle League, because you can still battle people in Master and Great and Ultra. I can't remember now, it's been a while since I did those tasks. But that would make sense, given that I don't really do the Go Battle League stuff like that. It would have made it easier to get a lot of those battles done. You freaking suck at Master League. It's about having the decent Pokemon set up for it, sort of thing. It's always good to lead with something like either Metagross or Sylveon. Just because Dragon types feature so heavily in Master League, having one of those 2 types usually does fairly well. Next 3 tasks. Snapshot of a wild poison, hatch an egg, get rid of that one, and catch 3 grass type Pokemon. good if you can just get it done quickly, sort of thing. Grass types, catch 3 grass types and take a snapshot of all our poison type. Snapshot. I'm so glad that you don't have to save the snapshots. Because my phone was getting, before I realized that you didn't have to save them, I had like so many just random pictures in my photos of just Pokemon. But if you get them done quickly, then you're just grinding XP. Now you know why I still haven't leveled up. Like, I can easily go up to this next, like, to level 47. All I need to do is do the maxing out of 3 Pokemon. But I'm still just getting XP. So once I do get to level 47, I don't need to worry about getting XP, because I've already got it. Terrible. Oh my god, seriously, they've been so jumpy today. That's what I said earlier on the stream. I feel like there's just been so many Pokemon recently which have just been overly aggressive. Like, they're very active, they jump around a lot, they attack, they're breaking out of like balls all the time. Also, this year has been your year with unknown letter N. Same with me, that was my first shiny. My first shiny unknown was number N. No. Letter N. You got a big one during Hoenn Tour, and you got a shiny one during Go Fest. I got the shiny M during Go Fest, so I have M and N now as my shinies. Alright, oh, we need to evolve. Never mind, I will do that, then we'll... Sort of squeeze it into my back pocket. Now I've just got like this big bottle just like weighing my pants down. You can't stop thinking about this year's Goes Fest. It was so good. Honestly, I haven't really thought much about it since it was over. Try not to dwell too much on the past, because then you just get stuck in the past. You gotta think towards the future, man. Like, it was a good Go Fest, but yeah. It'd be good if we had more events like that, because events like that are usually pretty good for the channel. It's these average events that we get on a semi-regular basis, and like just other things like the raid hour. Like, raid hours used to be really good for the channel as well. But then Niantic ruined that by nerfing the remote raid passes and stuff, so unfortunately, that is a shiny. Unfortunately, they're not really a big thing for the channel like they used to be. But yeah, more big events like the tours and the Go Fest and stuff like that, they would be good. But I suppose if we had them more often, they would get to the point where nobody really cared about them anymore either. Sort of thing. But I think a big event like that every 6 months or so would be good instead of sort of having them once a year. Have like 2 big events a year. Which I mean, I suppose we already sort of have, because we had the Hoenn tour earlier in the year, and then we've had Go Fest now. So they are sort of doing those 2 big events a year. It was a good one because you spent it with your friend. Well, it's always good when you can catch up with people. I mean, I did the same thing on day 2. I was able to catch up with Andrew on day 2. Went out for dinner afterwards. Watched Carlton lose against GWS. And then the Dogs didn't make the finals because of that. Speaking of GWS, I can't believe they actually beat Port Adelaide last night. That was just shameful on Port Adelaide's part. I really wanted to see GWS get knocked out of the finals, but then they have to play Collingwood next week, so it's like, come on, Collingwood. I feel dirty actually having to barrack for Collingwood, but it's just like, come on, Collingwood. You need to knock those orange bastards out of the bloody finals. I also can't believe that Carlton beat Melbourne. That was a big surprise. Your son's peed off about Port losing. They just didn't play well for the whole game. Like, if they kicked straight in that last quarter, they probably would have won. They really kicked themselves out by missing all the opportunities that they had in that last quarter. But yeah, the first 2 to 3, like 2.5 quarters or so, they really didn't do anything. Like, they let GWS just run all over them. And defeat 3 grunts. Oh my god, can you stop giving me stops that aren't event stops? Half of the stops that have been here today have basically been non-event ones. Like, a couple I can deal with, but the amount that there's been, I don't understand why they've made so many stops not the event ones. It's sort of very counterintuitive for a day that's based around doing research tasks. I don't see the logic behind doing something like that, but it's Niantic. See, another one. Catch 3, evolve 3. Yeah, and because there's been so many stops which haven't been event stops, I feel like I've gotten through these stops so much quicker than I usually would have. Because it's not until sort of a little bit into the 3rd hour that we seem to be done with these stops here and have to go over to the other stop. I feel like I'm going to be done with these because we've still got half an hour of this 2nd hour left, but I feel like I'm going to be done with these by the time we get into the last hour. Okay, spin 2 stops, evolve. Fortunately, I don't really want to spin that. We'll have to finish one. So we can spin the stop and not waste a stop. It's either that or wait around. We'll sit down anyway. Yeah. Okay. It's wind. Hey, Jibnox, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Can't wait for y'all to get a make. I don't think we'll get a makeup event. There hasn't been anything that's really been wrong with the event other than just there certain Pokestops just haven't been, but I think that's just by design. I think Niantic have just made it that way rather than... Because they tweak these events all the time. Like, so far this event, I've only seen, I think, 2 stops, which have been walk with your buddy to earn a candy, and 1 that's been battle in a gym. Whereas in previous events, there's been a lot of those research tasks, so it seems like they've learnt that people don't really do those research tasks during these events, so they've gotten rid of those, but then they've basically replaced those ones with non-event tasks, which is just like, just make them event tasks. Like, how hard is it to get one of these events right, Niantic? If you want people to get out and do research tasks, make them actual research tasks that people will do for the event. Stop giving us events, like the tasks that take too long to get done. Like, I've seen none of the use super effective charge attack ones, which is ones that used to feature fairly heavily during some of the other research days that we've had. So I think they've given those ones the flick, which is good. Yeah, the battle and gym ones have been definitely down on the amount that we used to have. The earn a candy with your buddy ones have been down. But yeah, instead of just replacing them with other ones, like I said, it seems like they've replaced them with just non-event research tasks, which is like, what's the point of doing that? You're back, you can't watch all the streams because of school. All good, dude. I understand. But welcome in. How you doing? Back then, though, every event... Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's because they've removed certain tasks and made other ones. But like I said, how hard is it to actually replace those tasks with other research tasks rather than just scrapping them all together? It's Niantic, I tells ya. They just do things because they're dumb. Did I play Tier Mask already? No, I haven't touched it. I haven't played, like we were talking about this before, I haven't played Scarlet and Violet in months. Haven't touched them in like probably over 6 months now. Just didn't really get into them. Like in general, I still haven't finished the main story in Scarlet. You already have 200 plus hours. I have nowhere near that. I can't tell you how many hours I've got in it, but it's not a lot. Starfield, on the other hand, I've already played for 2.5 days, so I've got like 50 to 60 hours already logged into that. I haven't played it as much as I would have. I'd probably have more logged into it. For instance, on Fallout 4, I'm pretty sure I've got like 800 plus hours logged into that game. Can't tell you how many hours I've played Skyrim because it's been across multiple versions of the game. Hey, 520, that's going to be fairly close to 100. I think I heard somebody saying before that the hundo is 526 for this, so it should be fairly close to 100. Oh God, I need to put my hat on because my hair is just giving me the poops. Nah. Now I don't have my hair blowing around in my face. Mortal Kombat looks fire. Mortal Kombat should be good. I haven't played it yet. But we were discussing it before. I was like, guys, if I'm going to play like a fighting game or something, like we could do Mortal Kombat maybe. Yeah, see, that's our best one for the day so far. Again, I just don't have $80 to spend on a game at the moment, because I'm going to have to spend a whole bunch of money on the PC. Alright, let's see. Can we get another shiny? 508, new. Can't wait to do this event because you need the shiny Oddish. See, I wasn't too overly fussed for this one because I already had 5 shiny Oddish before we started the event. I got really lucky during, I think it was one of the Earth Day events that we had, because Oddish usually spawns during the Earth Day events, doesn't it? I got like 3 of them within half an hour. I went out to film a video that day and yeah, caught a shiny Oddish, and I was like, oh nice, I actually got the shiny Oddish. And then like 10 minutes later I had another one. I was like, oh great, a second shiny Oddish. And then like another 15 minutes later I got another one. I was just like, what? 3 shiny Oddish, like pretty much in half an hour. You've been mostly playing Splatoon 3, kind of burnt out. I'll be honest, I've never played Splatoon. Jimmy, our rating system is getting updated for video games and videos because it's, quote, rigged and outdated. Should happen at the start of... yeah, they've been talking about that for ages. I'm assuming you mean that they're going to actually add an R rating to video games here in Australia, because that's something that we haven't had in ages. That's why a lot of games, like R-rated games in America or something like that, will get released here as MA-rated games, and they'll be toned down a little bit. Like some of the stuff is cut out of them just to make them a bit more kid-friendly, even though one of their biggest things is the oh, my bag is full again. Free up some space. One of the main reasons why they never did it in the past is because they were like, oh, video games are for kids. And they forgot that people grew up playing video games and people are now adults and play video games. So we didn't have an R rating for video games because they're like, oh no, because then, you know, kids will play R-rated games and stuff. And it's just like, well, not if their parents don't let them. We have R rating for movies, we have R rating for, you know, all these other stuff. Why don't we have it for video games as well? So yeah, they're finally getting around to actually doing it. Nana berries, that's my issue right there. Why have I got so many goddamn nana berries? I mean, one of the reasons why they're sort of adding it now is because back beforehand, most people would get their video games from, say, EB Games or something like that, and they would be able to release a toned down version for Australian market. But these days, because most people get their games, like if they're playing on PC and stuff like that, they'll get them through, I mean, even on Xbox, people use Xbox Live and stuff like that, whereas in Play Pass, not it used to be Xbox, you know, the Play Live, Play Pass thing. People use Steam these days to get a lot of their games on PC, so they can't do toned down versions of them. So they have to give them an MA rating, even though it's like an R-rated game or something like that. So, yeah, it's just to make a little bit more transparency when it comes to putting games, stuff, putting ratings on games. But you're in you're a gymnasium child, so you cannot game a lot. You do have a lot of less subjects because you chose a set to study. Well, it's always good staying fit, dude. Sweet, that's our 300s Pokestops one. Yeah, dude, like staying fit and that, and not having a lot of time to play games, that's good. I guess as long as you can play some games, be able to use your time between the two. It's always good to stay active at the same time. I mean, that's what I did when I was a kid. It wasn't so much in the gym or, in a gymnasium or something like that, playing basketball or whatever. But I played football when I was younger, like AFL football, and then started skating when I was older. And then that sort of went away when I started modding games. And then I did become somebody that just sat around playing a lot of video games. But then Pokemon Go came out, and then it got me back out into the real world and actually walking around and doing stuff in real life. Oddish has been pretty rare in events now because Niantic likes to fill these events with somewhat common shinies or not shiny mons. But I would say that Oddish is a fairly common shiny. Our system is kind of a joke. Yeah, it's been that way for ages, dude. Like I said, it's been just because the people that were in charge of making the ratings and stuff like that, they're all old fuddy-duddies that just thought video games were for children and nobody else. It's like saying, oh, movies, like they have kids movies, like people grew up watching kids movies, so therefore as an adult they should only be watching kids movies as well, and forgetting that those people are now adults and will watch more adult movies, but watching more adult orientated movies. Video games are the same thing. Video games have changed a lot over the last 30 years as well. I mean, back in the day you had games like Mario and Sonic and stuff like that, and there wasn't more adult orientated games. But now these days, you do get more adult type of games. I don't know how else to put it. Games have evolved a lot over the last 30 years. Silly Jimmy, adults don't exist. Apparently not. I mean, that would explain my mentality. I'm still a child at heart. I may be in my 30s, but I'm still 12 at heart. How you going, man? Welcome in. Hi, daytime spotlight hour suitable for you. These aren't spotlight hours. This is a research day, but I would love to have spotlight hours or raid hours earlier in the day, just so there was more of an audience, because unfortunately at 6 p.m. my time, it's not a great time for a lot of the rest of the world to be watching the streams and stuff. So I would love to have earlier spotlight hours, more so earlier raid hours. I think that would be a lot more beneficial for me. But yeah, these events I do like. Com days, these research events, raid days, that sort of stuff, they're good because they are earlier in the day, so they do bring in more of an audience sort of thing. I would love to have them earlier, like other events at the same time sort of thing. October, yeah, daylight savings does help. When it becomes daylight savings here, that extra hour does make a big difference. Makes it a bit easier for people to watch. Yeah, during these winter months, sort of during late autumn, winter sort of thing, early spring, it does make it a bit difficult just because of the time difference. But once we get daylight savings here and daylight savings finishes in America and stuff like that, there is a big turnaround in time. There's like a 2-hour turnaround, so it makes it a bit better. Alright, make 3 nice stories, 3 berries, and make a grapefruit. You're 22, so how old do you think I feel? 47. what I was doing. I get distracted by the chat sometimes. I just start reading messages and I'm like, hey, what was I doing again? Oh, that's right. Dude, Cliff, go away. I'm trying to click on. Spotlight hours go from 2 to 1, and then, yeah, exactly. So it's that 2-hour turnaround, which makes it so much better. Instead of them being 2 in the morning, they're at midnight, which makes it a lot more feasible for people to actually watch. It's still late, but midnight is a lot better than 2 a.m. because instead of starting at 2 and going till 3, they start at midnight and go till 1. So, oops, I forgot the berry. Stupid Zubat. I think Zubat's a spawn that they could have done without in this event. It's such a pain in the ass to throw balls at, especially when you're going to make nice throws in a row and stuff like that. It's just like, Zubat, why do you hate me so much? Yes, because you live with a 9 and a 4-year-old. Yeah, that makes a big difference. Instead of the 2 a.m., it's the... Negan cute as grandma. Alright, there we go. You know what? I don't need you, so you can... Alright, so this is our 41st research task of the day. Not shiny, 15, 12. So we're almost done with the second hour. So yeah, by the time I get through these stops, it should actually be fairly... I did sort of slow down a little bit around this area because I sat down for a little bit and got into talking. But yeah, we've done pretty well so far. We should be able to finish off over there for the last hour. 40-second research. Shiny 491. That is terrible. Come on, we need 426. It's such a pain in the ass to throw your balls at that. Exactly. That's what she said. Wait. That doesn't work. No, I said it earlier in the stream. I've noticed it very much over the last few months, sort of thing, last month or two, whereas in Pokemon have been a lot more aggressive. It sort of, I don't know, it started happening, like I really noticed it during GoFest, and I thought they've just made it that way during GoFest just to make it a bit more challenging sort of thing, and they would have gone back to normal, but it seems to have stuck sort of thing. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like things have just been a bit more aggressive over the last few months, last month or so. Oh, those planes are really close to each other. It's like 2 planes that just flew over the top of me. And they're within a couple of 100 feet of each other. Like, you usually don't see planes flying that close to each other unless they're in a formation sort of thing. They're definitely not in a formation, but they are probably following each other. It's so weird to see 2 planes flying that close to each other. Oh, and if you didn't see it, guys, Shiny Shadow Zapdos wasn't available for the last week or so. Niantic have turned it on, and supposedly they're going to reimburse me. 2 of those 3 Pokestops aren't even research one. Oh, God. Niantic, fix your game. Hey. Quotes himself and says that's what she said. Yeah, well, I know you can be what you want, but multiple pronouns. Like you said, people could be what they want. It's actually funny. Since I've grown my hair out and I've got longer hair, it was a few weeks back. My nephew was over. He's only 5, sort of thing, and I had my hair tied up because I was doing a workout sort of thing. So I've walked out of my bedroom and my hair's tied up, and he's looked at me and he's just gone, why have you got girls hair? Like, he straight up just was like, why have you got girls hair? I'm like, guys can have long hair as well, mate. And it was funny because he just got, like, he's gone to my nan. He's just like, why does Uncle Jim have girls hair? This is where it gets confusing. There's too many paths around here. This one that I still know. Okay, hopefully this is the stop that we actually want. Nope. God damn it. Alright, this has been a big problem with this event. There's been so many Pokestops which just haven't been event tasks. I could have dealt with, a couple, but half the stops that have been around here today have been non-event research tasks, which just defeats the whole purpose of having a day like today. Yeah, you have a friend with really long hair too. Everybody calls him a girl. We were in a boat with the boys and they started shooting randoms with water guns. Then they call it, well, that's not good. School kids are going to be like that though, just because it's just what school kids are like. Earn love can, of course. And then you give me a that I don't want. Oh well. What these guys won't know though is a lot of women actually like guys with long hair. So, that's all. That's all. Don't let your friend tell your friend not to worry too much, because it's just wait until you get older. Okay, take a snapshot, catch 3 grass types, make 3 great throws. We can do that. I don't know. People are just not around today. People are busy doing other things. I mean, people are here. People have jumped into the chat during the day, but they may not have stuck around for the whole stream, which is all good. And also, it's Oddish, so know, a lot of people might not be interested in Oddish as much as other things. I mean, I got to admit, when they announced this event, I wasn't too overly amused for it, sort of thing.
What way you going?
That's snapshot. And wait, it was great throw, wasn't it? I just looked at it, but I forgot. Ah, yeah, okay. It's not in a row, thankfully. Because it's like, do I really want to throw at Zubat? Because Zubat can be the biggest pain in the ass, and of course it's a nice throw. Jupiter, that's a shiny that I really want. Since they've made it a shiny, I just don't really I don't see a lot of them, sort of thing, but it's a shiny that I really want to try and get, sort of thing.
No, not that. It should be sand. Sand is better. See? She's doing it. She's doing it. Well done. Yeah? Good training, good training. See? That's the best.
Alright, we are in the last hour, guys. And I've lost track of how many shinies I am actually up to for the day, so let's do a quick check. I think it's 5. Six. Okay, we're up to 6 shiny Oddish for the day. So, can we get 4 more? At the start of the day, Diana suggested that we were going to end up with 15 shinies. I thought that was probably being a little bit overly generous. But I was saying that we should be able to finish with about 10. And honestly, we probably would have finished with about 10 if half the Pokestops that I've actually spun for the day were event research tasks. I think that's been the biggest issues of why we just haven't seen as many shinies as we may have seen. So we'll see how we go for this last hour. Hey Dwarka, how you doing, dude? Just finished your studies at 11 a.m. 11:30 a.m. Nice, dude. 13, not good. It's 8:04. It's 4:04 in the afternoon for me. You have 3, and I mean, honestly, 4 is all you need to finish off the evolution, like the family, because it's got two big evolutions. So yeah, I mean, 3 is still good. 3 is still not bad, but it's too hot, and the event is. How hot is it in Sydney today? It was like 34 there yesterday, wasn't it? Hey, another 520. This one's going to be pretty good. It's been like mid-20s here today, so it's like 25 degrees, which isn't too bad. It's been made sure I've had a hat and sunscreen and stuff, just because I knew that I was going to be in the sun all day. This is, yeah, not too bad. Same, about 32. Tomorrow is your English midterm event. Well, good luck, dude. Hopefully you do well. Hey, 524. Oh, that's going to be like a 98%, I think. I think 526 is the hundo. 25 degrees is your room temperature. It's probably warmer in the sun, but just in general, it's like supposed to be 25 degrees today. All right, this one is... damn it, I knew. 98%. That's our best one for the day. Damn, so close. Ah, damn, I walked too far away from that Pokestop because I wasn't paying attention.
Follow me.
Luckily, I didn't go too far. Alright, so that one I've done. These should be our last ones around here that we need to get done. Come on, fingers crossed these are actually research tasks that we need for the event. Of course, one of them isn't. And of course, two of them are... And a candy exploring with your buddy. Oh my god, Niantic. They put them all together, which I mean, I suppose that's a good thing if they do lump them together just so you can pick up a group of them at the same time. But I don't want that. They take too much time to get done. We've got less than an hour left. I'm not earning candies with my buddy right now. Come on. Read the room, Niantic. You need to start giving us research tasks that you actually want to get done during this 3-hour period. Okay, these three are... okay, sweet. We actually have 3 ones that we can do. Make a great curveball throw, make 3 curveball throws in a row, and catch 3 grass-type Pokemon. There is our great. Yeah, me too. But what year of school? Don't know your English years because you're in 4th year of Dutch high school. So you guys do like language differently in other parts of the world. For instance, here in Australia, we have LOT, which is language other than English, because I mean, we're an English speaking country. So you can usually choose an elective of which language you want to teach. So they'll usually teach Japanese, Italian, German, Spanish, and they were like the 4 main ones when I was in school. They probably teach like Cantonese or something today as well. Mandarin, just because, you know, China's become a big sort of player on the main stage sort of thing. Yeah, I did like Italian in primary school, which was something that they just sort of made us do. It wasn't something that we selected to do. And then Spanish in high school, because I had Spanish friends. Or Spanish-speaking friends, I should say, not actual Spanish friends. But yeah, you guys learn English sort of as a... It's not like high school and primary school where we have classes like first to 12th. Okay, so you just have like one main school sort of thing. See, again, the education system around the world is very different. I mean, here in Australia, for instance, we have primary school, which is basically elementary school if you're in an American, and that's prep till grade 6. So basically you spend 7 years, because you do prep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in primary school, and then from 7 to 12 in high school. Whereas in America you have middle school and then high school. So your first couple of years of high school are in middle school in America, and then you go to high school after that. And then we don't really have college here in Australia either. We have university. There are colleges, but it's not the same thing as in America when it comes to like college education. Now it's only German and Chinese, really? Wow, that's surprising that they cut all the other languages. I mean, I can understand Chinese, but I mean, why would they cut like Japanese and Italian and Spanish and that, and why keep German? 69 research tasks. 570. Not shining. Damn. 8th to 12th is like high school. Here in Australia, it's 7 till 8. So once you get into year 7, it goes from prep and then grade 1 to grade 6. Like that's how they say it in Australia, grade 1 to grade 6. And then when you get to 7 to 12, it's year 7 to year 12. That's how they break up the years here in Australia. Okay, that is them done. So we can head over to there to finish off the day. So we've got 50 minutes left. So we'll see if we can get any more shiny boys. That wind. Sorry if it's a bit windy, guys. Block the phone as well as I can. You think it's 10 to 12 and middle school is 6 to 9? Yeah. I don't know, I never really paid too much attention to the American school system because it has a lot of issues, mainly people getting shot these days. But not just that, problems with the American school system, like people just get. But I suppose that can be said about any sort of education system around the world. Why does everybody speak the same language? They don't. There's a lot of different speaking languages in the world. I mean, this is an English-speaking stream, so most people that come into it tend to speak English. Fortunately, so because I'm sort of leaving the park, the wind might pick up a little bit. You're in year 10. Year 10's a good year. That was the year that I left high school. Like I didn't finish high school, only through to year 12. I just had issues that I didn't want to deal with at school, sort of thing, with teachers and all that sort of stuff. So I just decided that I was going to finish after year 10. So I didn't go back for year 11 and year 12. You have like 7 normal subjects in school, and it's the most important thing of your city's students preparing for medical study come here, and also engineers. We get that a lot of here in Melbourne as well, like just Australia in general. We get a lot of international students coming over to study medicine and engineering and stuff like that. You have chemistry, physics, biology, math, France. You mean like French? Wait, do you mean finance or actual French? Like you do French? French, music, Dutch, English, PE. So you learn French, Dutch, and English. PE and Latin. I don't really understand why they like Latin isn't something that you really need. So it's something that I don't understand why they. Like, at no point in your life, Latin's really going to become useful. Vive la France. Okay, so you did. For a second, because it's just everything else that you're listing off, I'm just like, wait, does he mean finance, or is he actually... Did you just spell it wrong? But, okay, you actually mean French. Like, there's nothing wrong with learning other languages and stuff like that, but I feel that Latin is something that could probably be substituted for something else that's going to be a bit more useful. But chemistry, physics, and that is good. I didn't really get into that sort of stuff until like after I finished school. Like, I was always into space and all that sort of stuff, but physics was never something that really interested me. Same with chemistry. Like, it was something that I never really knew anything about, so I wasn't really interested in it. It wasn't until I really got into exploring what the brain can and all that sort of stuff that I really got into, like, chemistry. Because, I mean, that's all to do with chemistry. The ways that our brain works is all just chemicals in our brain. So yeah, that's just chemistry 101 sort of thing. Our brain, the way that we perceive the world and the way that we interact with it, and every sense that we have in the world is just a chemical reaction in our brain sort of thing. So that stuff sort of interests me. And then the whole physics side, it wasn't until I started watching a lot of space documentaries that I got into the whole physics thing. Just like, wow, physics is really confusing. How the universe works and stuff. Okay, take a snapshot of 2 wilds and evolve 3 grass. Ego deus est. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But again, 90% of the people in the world probably don't, because it's, like I said, it's Latin. People don't really use Latin these days because it's a dead language. You only really use Latin if you're getting into, like, medical and stuff like that, because they do use a lot of Latin type of names for the scientific names of things. But outside of that sort of stuff, you don't tend to use Latin. So most people don't really know it. Latin is a beautiful language, but it's a dead language. Alrighty. Snapshots. Oh, and for those that don't know, they may fix it when it gets to being your research day event, but so far there is 2 different tasks for taking a snapshot. They're both supposedly taking a picture of a wild, either grass type or poison type. The poison type one works as taking a picture of a wild one, but the grass type one only works if you take a picture of a Pokemon that you've already caught. So they'll probably fix that before it sort of goes out to the rest of the world, but just in case, just so you know, just if you're wondering why it's not triggering, it's because you need to set it up, need to do it the right way sort of thing. Negan speaks Latin, that's how she won your heart. I mean, both Italian and Spanish, they both take a lot from the old Latin languages. I mean, so does English. I mean, English is an amalgamation of Spanish, Latin, Italian, German, and I think they're the 4 main languages that English is sort of based around, sort of thing. That's why we've got a lot of words that are sort of come... Oh, and French as well. You gave up on the event getting so many... Yeah, see, that's what I said. That seems to be the biggest problem with this event. There's just so many tasks which just aren't the tasks that you're looking for, which is just... That never happened in any of the other ones, so I don't know why they've decided to do it for this one, where only half the research tasks are actual event tasks. It really does take a lot of fun out of the event, because you're just like, oh, great, another task that doesn't have anything to do with what we're actually spending time doing. Yeah, as I said, Niantic just don't seem to be able to get anything right when it comes to doing events like this. There's always something that seems to be off about them, and rather than just having an event which works perfectly, which doesn't have any issues, which is designed properly, like executed properly. Yeah, I don't understand why they can't just make it there. Okay, it's only 3 hours, so even if people don't want to do the event, they can still just pick up research tasks and be happy with it. Like, I don't understand why they're still putting all the other ones in. There's no reason why, my only way of thinking of that is, it's because there might be people that don't want to do the event, that don't want to pick up those research tasks. But it's just like, it's only 3 hours. Like, they can just pick up research tasks either before the event or after the event. Like, and who's playing the game that doesn't want to actually do the event sort of thing? Like, in general, like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Niantic be broken. Yeah, so this is, like I said, guys, this grass type one, if I go into the grass type and do the exact same thing that I did with the poison type one, if I take a snapshot, it actually did trigger. Okay, so they've obviously fixed it already. Well, there you go. They must have fixed that one on the fly. Okay, so ignore what I just said. Apparently they've fixed it, and now they both work the way that they're supposed to. So if you take a picture of a wild Pokemon, it should work. Usually they don't bother fixing stuff like that until afterwards. That's why I just assumed, because I haven't seen one of those grass type ones for a while now. And there we go, there's a non-event task. Pretty sure this one is a non-event one as well. No, okay. Use 3 berries, 3 great throws. Bro graduated from Bristol University. Went to Real World University. That's what I did. I learned most of the stuff that I learned just from being in the real world. Now, honestly, it also depends on the way that you learn. Because I was never somebody that really learned from structured teaching. So the way that they teach in schools and stuff like that, I found it hard to learn that way. Mainly because a lot of the stuff that they teach you, I just wasn't interested in. So I didn't bother paying attention. And that's why, like I said, I ended up dropping out in year 10 and stuff like that. Just because it wasn't stuff that I wanted to know. Because I was just like, this stuff doesn't interest me. It's not stuff that I think that I'm ever going to use in my life. So why am I bothering learning it? It wasn't until I dropped out of school and I started teaching myself stuff, and that's where I've learned most of my stuff. Like, I taught myself how to do game design and all that sort of stuff because it was something that I was actually interested in. So I spent hours and hours and hours going through tutorials and training and all that sort of stuff just to teach myself how to do things. Because I'm more of a practical learner than a theoretical learner. Like doing theory and stuff like that, writing papers and everything like that. I don't retain information that way. I have to learn through actually doing something. I'm a hands-on learner. So yeah, that's how I found it was a lot easier for me to learn stuff. Doing stuff in the real world and teaching myself things. Just because, like I said, if I was interested in it, I could stay paying attention to it. It could keep my attention on it, sort of thing. I think it's also just because I'm diagnosed with ADD in my life as well, which is something that I want to go and get tested for, because I think that was one of the reasons why I struggled to pay attention in school, just because I had ADD and my brain didn't want me to pay attention. My brain was too busy trying to do other things. Jimmy won't be doing a dead game like Pokemon Go if he would be a robot. It's not a dead game. I mean, it's getting there, but it's not quite dead yet. School makes you good for a 9-to-5 office job. They don't teach you anything that's actually happening. Yeah, pretty much. In a way, it does prepare you for the work way of life, like that rat race type of life. Just like you get up, you go to school, you come home, you go to sleep. You get up, you go to school, you come home, you go to sleep. Then once you finish school, you get up, you go to work, you come home, you go to sleep. So yeah, it very much does teach you that stuff. And also, I've always been a creative person sort of thing. So yeah, they try and teach you a bit of that in school. Like there is art and all that sort of stuff that you can do in school and music and so on. But they don't really teach it the way that you can use it in the real world sort of thing. I mean, most people that learn how to do that sort of stuff do it themselves. Like most musicians, unless you're learning an instrument or something like that, like people learn how to do instrument work in classes and stuff, but when it comes to singing and like writing music and all that sort of stuff, usually most people pick that up by themselves. They don't really get taught how to do that. They're already musically inclined, or they're already artistically inclined, or they're just a good drawer or a painter from a young age, and they just develop that skill themselves over years and years of practice, rather than having somebody teach them how to do that. How you doing, Mateo? Welcome in, dude. Yep. Somebody's broken the law. It's a police helicopter. Hey, actually got a sunstone from a stop. There you go. So I've ended up with 3 sunstones for the day, I'm pretty sure. 2 from Oddish and 1 from Living Ain't Fun Now. Living's fun. I mean, it depends on what you're going through in your life sort of thing, because I mean, some people are going to find it more entertaining than others. You got to find the joy in life sort of thing. If you're not having fun with stuff, then it might be because you need to change something about your life to to make it fun again sort of thing. I mean, I was going through aspects of like that a few years back where I was like, I'm just not really enjoying things that are going on right now. And it wasn't until I made those changes in my life that I got some enjoyment back out of life. Hey, and I just found a pocket knife. Awesome. Cool. I found a pocket knife. Wait, what? Like, I know you guys are speaking Dutch to each other and stuff like that, but try and keep it English in chat, just because it's like, I can't react to what you guys are saying because I have no idea. You're an epic sax guy, 7 years long saxophone training. Hey, some people think that the saxophone is a stupid instrument to play, but apparently women find it sexy, so you keep on saxing that phone, dude. Then you can be like Kenny G, and you can play like the start of George Michael songs and stuff. I ain't never gonna dance again. Saxophone was a very 90s instrument. Like, people still play it today, but I mean, if you think back to the 90s, there was a lot of saxophone music, and it was that sort of slow, sexy jazz sort of stuff. Slow, sexy pop music. How many shinies did I get already? I am up to 6 so far. So we've still got half an hour left. So we'll see if we can get at least one more to finish off the day. I did have 5 to begin with. So we're up to, what, 11 shiny Oddish now? So it wasn't a shiny that I needed, unfortunately. We were talking about eating horse meat during school. Wait, what? Wait, is that something that Dutch people actually do, or are you just joking about it? Because it's just like, if so, why? Why are you eating horse meat? Like, isn't like cows and sheep and like chickens and stuff like that better? Okay, snapshot of a poison type, evolve 3 grass, and use 3 pineapple berries. You like mouth organ, your favorite instrument? I was always a guitar person. Like, not so much just guitars, like I think any sort of stringed instrument like a guitar, like you've got sitars, you've got guitars, you've got, what was the other one that I was thinking of? I had it in my, before I said sitar, I was thinking about it, and then I don't know. But any sort of stringed instrument that's like a guitar, because there's so much you can do with those instruments. I knew you were going to say that, naked. Like, not going to lie, that crept into my head as well, but I'm like, I don't have to say anything, because I bet you're naked. Frikadellen. What's frikadellen? Don't tell me it's horse meat. That's what everybody thinks. It's funny when you say you play saxophone. You explain that sexy, smooth saxophoner. Horse meat in school. Yeah, damn. Like, damn. Like, horse meat is not something that we eat here in Australia. But we eat kangaroos and crocodiles and stuff like that. Oops, I keep forgetting. Keep forgetting what tasks I have to do. Pineapple berries, Jimmy. A long black stick of meat or bread. They're pineapple berries, Jimmy. God damn it. I'm getting distracted by people saying long black sticks of meat. It's a fun instrument. Back in primary school, they had people learning different instruments, and saxophone was one of them. And one of the guys that I knew, he didn't really bother trying to learn it, but that was the instrument that he chose, sort of thing. So he had a saxophone. So he basically just used to sit in his room just blowing on a saxophone. That sounds so wrong. But your school is going to do all sorts of trips next week. You've got a lot of Terusium. Wait. Tussin urine. I have no idea what that means, dude. So we're all going to the Albert Hygiene. Also, okay, I just read gymnasiums. I'm going to assume it's a gymnasium of some description. Nice, Riz. Evolve 3. God damn it, now I've got George Michael stuck in my head. Thanks, guys. I'll just go. Just a saxophone and I ain't never gonna dance again stuck in my head. He thinks the Appa is the sort of wait, what? Again, I have no idea what you guys are talking. I'm just over here thinking of George Michael songs. Leave me alone. I'm simple, okay? It equals grocery store, okay. You thought you drove past me? I'm standing over near the football oval in Hannah Watts. I'm wearing a hat and a black t-shirt just so if you saw me then. Schools to saxophone, damn the chat. A fan meetup? No, a fan drive-by. People are just driving past in their cars waving at me. Which I'll admit, I actually get that a bit being in Bacchus Marsh when I'm down on the Ave sort of thing. Somebody that I used to know in the raid group or something like that will drive past and I'll usually beat the horn and wave at me. I'm like, I don't know who that is, but hi. Hello. Pronounced Albert Heen. Hey, shiny 513. There's shiny number 6 for the day. Albert Heen. Slang Appy. Pronounced A-P. A-P. A-C-U-P. Is a grocery store. Okay. Well, here we go. I'm learning all sorts of Dutch slang, guys. I'll teach you some Aussie slang. Snaggers, which means sausages. Beep the horn. It's a bit late now. He's gone now. Hey, back-to-back shinies. That's the second time we've done back-to-back shinies for the day. Getting all the shinies now. So that makes, wait, 8 shinies for the day. We've still got 20 minutes. Can I get 2 more shinies? Can I get to the 10 that I wanted to get to? That's appropriate, sausages. Some people would say that that's inappropriate, Jimmy. Good old snaggers. I think I'm having snaggers for dinner tonight. I saw some sitting on the sink when I left home. So I think there's snaggers thawing on the sink. All I'm thinking now is you guys are just having a fruit and vegetable shop in your gymnasiums. Going by how this chat... Let's all do a fan meetup on Discord once. What, you mean like a fan call thing? You're having some snags on the barbie tonight as well. Nice. It's that time of year. Like the weather's warming up. I think everybody's breaking out the barbecues. Yeah, it's spring now. The barbecues are out of hibernation. click this Pokestop, thank you. Yeah, I had a barbecue the other night. It was my dad's birthday. So we had roast lamb on the barbie. Well, I should say rotisserie, sort of barbecued lamb. I went from roast lamb to barbecued ham for some reason. They are two completely different things, Jimmy. Was good. You put the smoked chips, because we got like a smoking box in the barbecue as well. So you put the wood chips in that, you smoke it. Comes out very tasty. Make a curveball, great throw. And lastly, of course, it's not a... We sadly don't have apples in our schools. Well, you should. Here in Australia, back when I was in primary school, they got rid of, like, we used to have, you know, lollies and stuff like that you could buy in the canteens. And then they got rid of that because they thought that children were too unhealthy. So they started selling healthier food in the canteens. So they got rid of all the lollies and stuff. Jimmy and the gang. Hey, awesome. Nice easy one. Make a great curveball throw. Oh, just a great throw rather, not a great curveball throw. Jimmy and the gang sounds like a band from the 80s. Sounds like there's an ambulance going somewhere. So in short, we're going to school with Greece and Latin. When we have break hours, because our teacher is sick, we go to the grocery store called the Elbhain to go eat bread with horse meat. That just sounds so weird. The teacher's sick, so let's go and eat some horse meat and bread and energy drinks. Just good old horse meat and bread with a can of Red Bull. I'll just I'll stick to the snags on the barbie. You guys can keep your horse meat and bread and energy drinks. I'll just have a beer and a snag. What was the school lunch like? It depends. Like in primary school, we had, you know, like pies and hot dogs and sandwiches and stuff like that. You know, fairly basic stuff. Just across the board. Like each day was like a certain day. So I can't remember because it was such a long time ago now. But you know, Fridays was hot dog day, I think. Like Tuesdays was like lasagna day or something. So they were like the special things, or you could just get like a sandwich, a Vegemite sandwich or a peanut butter sandwich or some sort of, you know, just basic sandwich. Sausage rolls, hot dogs, you know, that sort of thing. Pie, like mini pies, party pies. When I got to high school, it became a bit more varied. So we had all sorts of different stuff that you could get for lunch. So you had like chicken wingdings. You had you know, chicken mayo rolls. You had all different sorts of things that you could get. Again, pies, hot dogs, you name it. Plus, we also had a McDonald's that was sort of just down the street from school. So if you wanted to, you'd just go down to McDonald's. It got to the point where I actually had my mum write me a note that said that I was allowed to go to McDonald's for lunch. So I just wandered down, because the teachers used to patrol basically from the school to the McDonald's to stop kids from going there, because technically you weren't allowed to leave the school grounds to go. But I had my mum write me a note that said that I was allowed to go to McDonald's. So every time I'd get pulled up by a teacher, I'd just rip out my note and be like, my mum says I'm allowed to go to McDonald's for lunch. They were like, okay, off you go. Bread with Hagelslag. Alright, we got 15 minutes. If I can actually pick up research tasks that I need to do, we might be able to get through another two lots of research tasks, depending on what is involved.
Oh, Brandon!
You have 3 Maggies, Maccas, I meant to say. How many shines? We're up to 8. We just got back-to-back ones again a minute ago, which was the second time we've done that today. So 8 shiny Oddish. Still got a little under 15 minutes left, so we'll see if we can get 2 more. Probably not, but if we can finish with 10, that's fairly much in par with a creator. How you doing, dude? As I said earlier, we'd probably be at that 10 or, you know, few more over 10 if the research tasks were actually there today, because we've spun so many Pokestops which didn't end up being actual research tasks for the event, which has made it a lot more difficult to get it done, like to encounter the shinies. 3 pineapple berries and catch a poison type. So we'll try and pick up one more. It's getting to that time of the evening where the sun's going down, so it's actually quite nice right now. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Evolve a Pokemon. Yeah, probably half of the Pokestops for the day have just been non-event Pokestops, which is just made today so much more average than it could have been. Hope I get more shinies. Thanks. Like, we got 10 minutes left, so we'll see if we can get at least 1 more. Like I said, hopefully we can get through at least 2 more sets of research tasks. Okay, so 3 pineapple berries, catch a poison type, and 3 nice throws in a row. Damn it, I was gonna... Hopefully we can nail 3 of them in one go here, but unfortunately coughing decided to be a pain in the butt and move. You're at home and your house is not near any Pokestops. Yeah, see, it's stuff like that which makes some of these events difficult to do for some people. As I was saying earlier, something that I think they should do during these events is make the research tasks refresh every hour. So if you do only have a couple of Pokestops around your house, you can still do the whole event. Even if it's only a couple of Pokestops each hour, you still get more than a couple of sort of goes. Drive 3 hours to your nearest city. That's unfeasible for some people. Some people don't actually drive, sort of thing. Whether they don't drive themselves or they're just too young to drive. So yeah, not everybody can drive to their nearest city. Oops, I still need to do 1 more nice throw. Probably should have chose Persian. Would have been easier, but it doesn't matter, it was easy enough. Yeah, it's actually quite nice right now with the sun starting to go down. You've got the shade of the trees here, it's quite pleasant. I'm a big fan of this time of year, like spring, summer, it's my time of year, just the warmer weather, being able to go outside, enjoy the outdoors in shorts and a t-shirt and stuff. It's very much my thing. Listening to the birds. Shut up. Stupid bird, I'm trying to stream. Yeah, but I'm down near there. There's a pond just over there. Like the river's right next to me, and there's a well, actually, I don't think the pond's there at the moment because it's more of an overflow pond. But the frogs are out now as well, so you can hear all the froggies out chirping away. Your school is actually 700 years old now. Wait, really? Instead of partying, you went to an epic quest. For example, you got multiple ice creams for teachers. Wait, so you bought the ice creams for teachers? That was your epic quest, to buy ice creams for teachers? You took a picture of a student from every year from the other school location, made a selfie with a quarter of the teachers, took a picture of 3 math-ders from the other. What's a math-der? And you somehow managed to get a girl's number and Snap. Well, see, that's if you're doing stuff like that, you just make up excuses. Be like, oh, can I get your phone number? Because it'll make it easier to like contact you when you're sending out the photos, and you got to be crafty in your ways of obtaining. Con the girls into giving you their phone numbers. Don't just do it out of charm and charisma. So now I just sound like one of those bad dating, like pickup artist people. Con the girls into giving you their phone numbers. Don't just be a genuine human being. Trick them. That sounds so bad. But I'm joking, of course. Like, pay no attention to me. Like, seriously, that's exactly what it sounds like. One of those bad dating experts on YouTube or something like that. Transfer 5. Candy, we don't want that one. Have birds crap in your hair. Or on your phone, like, which com day was it? It was one of the recent com days where the phone crapped on my bird. The bird crapped on my phone is what I was trying to say. Yours is only 185 years old, but that's the build. I mean, the primary school that I went to was like 100 years old. Oh, maybe not that old, but it was a fairly old primary school. The high school that I went to, my dad went to the same high school that I went to, except it was called Footscray Tech when he went there. It was called Footscray City when I went. It changed its name. My dad just turned like 69, I think. Yeah, I think it was 69. That would make sense given... No, wait. No, I think he turned... Yeah, 69, because he was born in 54. Battle of Gym. I can actually do that. If I can reach that gym, of course. I think I'm just in range. So this might be our last set of research. Actually, Battle of Gym is going to take me too long to do, so let's just get rid of that. Transfer 5, make 3 great throws, because if I do these quickly, I can hopefully pick up another 3. We'll collect them after the hours have already finished, but there's a chance to get a couple more. Of course, it's not an event one. Math D is a really hard subject. Oh, screw you. Okay, that wasn't in a row, so that's okay. Math D is a really hard subject you can choose for the in the last 3 years. Math's really hard. Okay, it's math, but really hard. It's that hard that it's like math D, yo. It's just maths being a dick. It's that hard. It's like I'm maths D. Damn you. Unfortunately, I think these might be our last 3 research tasks because I am running out of time here. Hey Lamborghini, how you doing? Alright, let's just collect these 2 and then I'll pick up 3 more. First one is it a shiny? Is it a shiny? So that was our 85th. So we've done like 65 research tasks today so far. Not shiny, $4.99, okay. Arlo, I don't have time for your nonsense. Okay, so one of them was spin 2 Pokestops, so that was handy. Hopefully these last 2 will be actual. Take a snapshot of grass type and evolve 3 grass types. Okay. I need a grass type to pop up. Because if I can get these done before we roll over into the last hour, it means that their shiny odds will be set. If we finish them afterwards, they'll probably be full odd shinies. So we got to try and we've got a minute left. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to evolve 3 in time because snapshot. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We don't have time to wait for you to... We need to do one more evolve before it rolls over to 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock rather. Come on, you take too long. Okay, it's registered it. Beautiful. Okay, so we got our last 3 done just before it rolled over to 5. So now, yeah, it's 5 o'clock on my other phone. Yep, 5 o'clock. There we go, guys. So our day is finished. These will be our last 3 research tasks that we check. 1 last shiny boy. Can we go back to back? Can we actually finish with the 10? Go back to back once again. So task number 1 is... not a shiny. $4.95, so that is terrible IVs. Second one. Not shiny. 502. And our lucky last one, which brings us to 89 research tasks, which means we did 69 research tasks for the day. Isn't that fitting? Not shiny. 505 CP. So unfortunately, we couldn't get one more, but we finished with 8 for the day, so we did pretty well. That's alright, we still finished with 8 shinies for the day, so I mean, I can't complain with that. I already had 4 to begin with. So we have 12 shiny Oddish now, so we have more than enough to finish our shiny family. I got a couple of decent IV ones from the shinies. I got one 98%er, not a shiny, just in general. That was our best IV one for the day. So, yeah, not bad. Now I just got to wander back to the car. So I'll continue streaming until I get back to the car. Come on, Lickitung, stop being a pain in the bum. Or not, you know, just continue. That's okay. That's all right. I got back-to-back shinies twice today, so I did pretty well when it came to back-to-back shinies. As I said, I probably would have finished with more shinies for the day if they... PvP Lickitung, maybe? Given that Lickitung is a good PvP Pokemon. It actually looks like it's a Lickitung nest here at the moment, which could be handy. Yeah, I probably could have ended up with more shinies for the day. Unfortunately, just so many Pokestops weren't the event ones, and I think the reason why Niantic did that was to limit the amount of shinies that people did actually end up with, because I think they knew that it's a 1 in 10 chance of getting a shiny, which is the highest shiny odds that we actually have in the game from any event. So I think they're like, people are going to finish with, you know, 20 or so shinies, but do we really want them to have 20 shinies from the event? We'll limit the amount of research tasks which are actually available to offer them shinies, and that'll sort of balance it out. So people should have still finished with at least one shiny for the day, given that they were easy to get, but because they had less access to those Pokestops, they just finished with less shinies for the day. Did I finish the excellent? Yeah, I finished that ages ago. Excellent throws aren't that difficult for me to get, sort of thing. So yeah, I already had the excellent throws ones done today. I was able to get a nice chunk of the research tasks done, which was good, and a few extra kilometers and stuff like that. You now need to go eat breakfast. I'm going to send a pic of your cat to your friends. No worries, Mateo. Thanks for joining in, dude. Enjoy your morning. Enjoy your breakfast. Enjoy your cat photography. So yeah, I'll continue streaming until I get back to the car, because it'll take me 10 minutes or so to walk back to the car from here, so we can continue to chat. So people that were doing the event, that were in the time zone and stuff, how many shinies did you guys finish with for the day? How did everybody else do today? Level 46. I honestly, I could be at level 47, maybe even 48 by now, if I just did the things that I needed to do. All that I need to do to level up is power up 3 Pokemon to their max level. I have Pokemon that I can max out, I just haven't done it yet. I've had Pokemon that I could max out to their max level for over a year now, and I still haven't. So I could be a bit ahead of where I am if I just did that. These are several Pokemon that I can max out. I figured out that Machop shouldn't actually be on this list because I don't actually have the candies to max out Machop. So I'm going to take that one off because that one can't be maxed. But all these other ones can be. So I've got one of the evolutions, maybe 2 of the evolutions that I can do. And there is a scooter down there in the... Somebody's thrown one of those scooters. Where is it? I don't even know. Can you guys see it? Yeah. There you go. There's a scooter in the river. Somebody's just scooted a scooter into the river, and there's another one sort of sitting here at the start of the bridge. They're those rentable scooters. So yeah, Hydreigon, we can actually do like 2 Hydreigens, because we've got plenty of XLs for that. But yeah, these are all like hundos that I can max out. So I've got Hydreigon, Garchomp, One of the evolutions, more unlikely Sylveon, will be the one that I do. Dragonite, not quite, but almost enough to do 2 Dragonites. Gengar. So yeah, I could easily do this just to get that stuff done, but I haven't done it. I've just been stockpiling XP sort of thing, just so next time like the next level that I get to, hopefully I won't need to worry about gaining too much XP, if anything. You're at level 39, slowly getting there. Lucky for you, you don't have to do any of the actual tasks to level up at this point. It's just XP. So yeah, once you get to level 40, you need to start doing the tasks as well, which I was good at. It wasn't until I got to level 46 that I'm on to now that I actually needed to start getting XP again. Up until that point, all the XP that I had gathered previously, that was already stockpiled there, because I was already past level 40 by the time they introduced the level 50 ranges. It's a Genesect raid. I don't really want to do a Genesect raid. I don't even think I've got passes. Hang on. I've got passes, I might do one. Hey, I do have a pass. Alright, we may as well. We'll see if we can get ourselves a shiny Genesect. So I will be hosting these Genesect raids on Wednesday for you guys. 3 people. As long as nobody bails out, we should be okay. No. Okay, you can do all that, but just to be sure. Sorry guys, the stream just crashed, but luckily enough, it let me actually resume it. Yeah guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up button on the stream. It does help out. But yeah, lucky. Like usually when the streams crash like that, it doesn't let me resume them. Because I was just I was like, I'll give it a shot to see if I can actually restart the stream, but if not, I'll just post up in the chat and just be like, sorry guys, stream's done. Little grubbin, I suppose we should catch some of these little grubbins. Try and get a decent one. You are not a grubbin. See if we can get a decent one before Com Day. So we've got some decent ones to evolve. You got 0, but you only did about 12 tasks. That's unfortunate that you didn't end up getting any. Sorry, your battery didn't. No worries. My stream died for a minute, but it came back to life, luckily. This is good. It's actually giving me a chance now that I can spin all these stops. I can stock up on some items because I've been running a bit low on Pokeballs pretty much since GoFest. I've been down on Pokeballs because I just haven't had a chance to get out and do any real stop spinning sort of thing. So we'll see if we can get ourselves just a random shiny to finish off the day. I've had pretty good luck when it comes to shinies lately. So yeah, we finished with the 8 Oddish for today. We got the Wurmple starting off last week's spotlight, raid hour. I pulled up and clicked on a random Wurmple. Got that, so that was good because that was a shiny that I still needed an extra one of. We got the Houndour, the Mankey, and the Munchlax during Spotlight Hour last week. We started off by hatching the Munchlax, then got the Monkey with like 10 minutes left of Spotlight Hour, and then afterwards, wandering back to the car, we got the Houndour as well. So 3 shinies from 1 hour of exploring. That was a nice little haul. Yeah, it's at the point where I need to start transferring some of these shinies into Pokemon Home. Like, I've started making a bit of a list of shinies. I've basically just been going through the Gen 1 shinies at this point. I need to go back through Charmander now, just because Charmander, we just had another com day for it, so I need to go through and chuck all of them onto the list. Because yeah, I've already got that many Charmanders, but I need to chuck so many more Charmanders onto that list now, because we ended up with like another 20, how many was it? It was like 24 shiny Charmanders during Com Day Classic. So yeah, this is just 117 of the probably several hundred that I need to put into Pokemon Home. Because yeah, I figure it's a lot better me transferring them into Pokemon Home and then sending them to people rather than just transferring them, because they at least get given to somebody that may be able to, you know, do something with them rather than just transferring them into the ether. But yeah, we're over 2,500 shinies at this point. 2,674 shinies. Most of them have come from com days. Because each com day I'm finishing with, you know, 25 to 30 shinies. And then back when we had the 6-hour com days, I was finishing with anything between 35 to 40 shinies. And then yeah, as you see, during events like this, it's another 8. I've just had recent shiny luck lately. We've got the Lechonk, the Munchlax, you know, Wurmple, all that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, look, all the other Charmanders. During Go Fest, we ended up with 3 Rayquazas. No, sorry, 4 shiny Rayquazas, and just a whole bunch of other shinies. Get the Unknown M. So all the Froakies, all the Poliwags, all the Squirtles, so they add up very quickly, sort of thing. How many does Negan have? I think she's got a fairly similar number to me. I think we're fairly close shiny wise, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think she's around like 2,700 or something like that as well. You've been playing for 2 years. Yeah, see, that's the difference. I've been playing since the game basically came out, so, and I've done every com day and most events and stuff like that, so the shinies do add up. You end up getting so many of them after a while. I can still remember back, I was at PAX, I think it was year 2 of PAX that I went to or something like that, and I can remember looking at my shiny storage going, I only had like 3 shinies, and I'm like, oh, I've got so many, like so few shinies in comparison to like everybody else. It sucks. I need more shinies, and now, you know, getting close to 3,000 shinies. I get good spawns at my house as well. So a lot of the time I can just have the game open and just check my house spawns, and I'll just get shinies at home. Like that shiny Lechonk that I got, that was at home. I didn't have to do anything to get that. I just basically opened up my game and went, oh, shiny. And I do a lot of what I'm doing now. Whereas I'm just shiny-ching things, I'm not actually catching things. So I'll just check. If it's not shiny, run from it. Check. If it's not shiny, run from it. So I do a lot more checks than I do actual catching. So I shiny hunt in this like most people shiny hunt in the main series games, where they're not actually battling or catching things. They're just checking them and then running. Your first, would have been Com Day. because we haven't had a Gibble Spotlight Hour. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. Good old Gibblecom day. I got my first Gibble during a Spotlight Hour, actually. I can't remember what Spotlight Hour it was. I think it might have been Horsey or something like that. But the com day had just started and I saw a Gibble on my nearby and I'm like, I should go and get that. And yeah, sure enough, went and got this Gibble and it ended up being a shiny one. I was just like, the luck, because that could have because usually most spawns despawn once a Spotlight Hour starts because they're refreshed with the actual Spotlight Hour spawns. But that one just happened to stay there and it ended up being a shiny. So I was pretty happy about that. That was my first best buddy in the game as well. Actually, no. I do have a Gibble that is my best buddy, but I think... buddy 4? No, buddy 3. Buddy 5, that's the one. Yeah, this one. It's just a random, it doesn't even have good IVs. It was just a random one that I caught and made my best buddy. But that was back when Gibble was still really rare. Lechonk. You're going to clear out your Pokemon. It's good to go through your storage every now and again and make some room. Starting to make my way over here. Yeah, otherwise you end up like me, who has 661 Pokemon out of 6,800. I actually cleared out probably 200 Pokemon before I started today, like this morning, sort of thing, because I knew that I was going to be doing a bit of catching. But yeah, even that, I need to go through and clear out like so many Pokemon that I really don't need, but I've just been holding on to anyway. There's a point in the A Ripple in Time quest that you need 3 new friends. You're able to put your code in the chat to get people to add you if you want, dude. But there's a lot of different avenues that you can use to try and get people to add you. You can jump onto Twitter and just post up your friend code and tag Pokemon Go, and hopefully people will see it and add you. Yeah, there's Discord groups, Facebook groups, all that sort of stuff that you can jump on and try and get people to add you. I'm happy for you to put your code in the chat. Just don't spam it, sort of thing. If people add you, awesome. If not, unfortunately, that's just, yeah, unfortunately sometimes people don't. I don't really have a lot of room on my friends list at the moment, so I can't add anybody. Congrats on the 4K. Thanks, dude. Much appreciated. It's been a long time coming, but we got there. Hopefully it doesn't take as long to get to like 5K. I'm going to start being a bit more productive on the channel when it comes to streams, start adding some other stuff other than just Pokemon Go, so we'll see how we go. We're already, 20 or so subs into that 4K, so we're off to a good start. We'll see how we go. We'll try and keep it going. Hey, you got a shiny Genesect? Nice. Well done. Or are you asking me if I've got one? Because if you're asking me, then yes, I have 2 shiny Genesect, I think. Maybe 3. Wait, 1. I have 1. I thought I had... Oh, okay. I have 1 shiny Genesect. I thought I had more than 1. There's my car right there. Aha! That's up to you, Jill. I won't ask you either way, sort of thing. I mean, that's your decision if you want to do that. I appreciate it if you do. But you don't have to go out of your way to do something you want to. That's completely up to you. But yeah, we're slowly getting there. I mean, a lot of the reason why I haven't grown as much as what I could have over the last year or so is because I haven't really been doing too much other than just some Pokemon Go streams for Com Day, Spotlight hours, raid hours, that sort of thing. The big events like Go Fest and stuff like that, they always tend to be fairly big influxes for subs and stuff. We ended up gaining, 50 or 60 subs the other weekend for Go Fest. But yeah, like I said, I'm starting to add other things to the channel now. So we've started streaming some Starfield and stuff like that as well. So I'm going to start adding some non-Pokemon stuff to the channel, some other gaming content. So yeah, I've done a couple of Starfield streams, but I've been holding off on doing too many more of them at the moment because I've been the computer can't really handle playing the game and streaming it at the same time because it's a bit of a hectic game when it comes to resources, and my computer's a bit old, so I'm spending a bit of money over the next week to buy some more computer parts and just upgrade the computer a bit, and then should be able to jump back into them hopefully by the end of this week. Once I get the new computer parts, we'll be able to chuck them into the computer and upgrade and yeah, add some more games. So I'll be playing through Phantom Liberty, which is the DLC for Cyberpunk when that comes out at the end of the month. Stalker 2 is coming out in a while. I can't remember when that's actually being released, but I want to play through that because Stalker was always one of my favorite games back in the day. Awesome game. If you guys haven't played Stalker, you're missing out. Stalker Shadows of Chernobyl. Oh, you did it? Cheers, Slido. Much appreciated. Oh, you got it from your first raid as well? Nice, Luke's. Well done, dude. I should say Luke, not Luke's. GPU is the one thing that I'm not changing just for now, because I only bought a new GPU a year or so ago because my old one shit itself. So yeah, the graphics card isn't being replaced for now, but the CPU, the motherboard, and the RAM is being replaced because they're all 10 plus years at this point. Old, like 10 plus years old, I should say. We're up to Gen 13 for processors, like CPUs. I'm still on a Gen 4. So I'm a bit behind when it comes to technology in the computer. I just haven't needed to upgrade for years and years because I bought good parts back then. And yeah, they've kept me pretty well suited for the past 10 years playing games and stuff on the computer. I haven't needed to upgrade. So the only reason why I upgraded the graphics card is because the other one literally died. Yeah, so I needed to buy a new one just because I couldn't make videos or anything like that. I couldn't stream or do anything on the channel without a graphics card. So I was just like, I need to spend the money to get one. Unfortunately, I couldn't get, it's still a good graphics card. It's just not a top of the line, sort of like a mid-range card at this point. So that will be something that I have to upgrade at some point in the near future. But yeah, for now, it's everything else that needs to be upgraded first. Sounds fun. It should be. Should be fun doing these new games and stuff. Looking forward to it. AMD King of... nah, not really. Intel has been running the show for quite a while. They're fairly even these days. Like, they have the same performances, but if you look at all the... I've been looking at a lot of GPU comparisons lately. Not GPU, CPU comparisons lately to figure out which ones I want to get, and Intel actually have, for the most part, the better CPUs for most things. They top most of the comparisons. Not by much. I mean, frames per second, they're all relatively close. And it depends on which games. Some AMD are better for, some Intel, most Intel are better for, sort of thing. But there's not much that really separate them. The only thing is with Intel, usually most people have already got their PCs set up for Intel. If I was going to switch over to AMD, it means that, you know, I'd have to buy a new motherboard, which I already am, but I'd have to buy a new motherboard, CPU, all that sort of stuff. But like I said, I'm already doing that. But I'm already pretty much set on which one I'm getting. Probably get an i5 1360, or 13600 rather, K, which is pretty good. It's sort of on the lower end. It's sort of like it's not a budget CPU. It's Intel's one of their best CPUs, sort of thing. But it's their sort of entry level CPU at this point for the 13th gen. But it's best bang for buck, sort of thing. You can overclock it, and it's basically on par with an i9, which is pretty good. Being able to overclock an i5 and have it being on par with a non-overclocked i9, which is all I really need it for. Like I said, when it comes to most games these days running at 1080p or even 4K, in between an i5 and an i9, there's less than 20 frames per second difference, sort of thing. On average, there's like 13 to 14 frames per second difference. So it's insignificant for the amount of money that you pay for an i9 over an i5. It's paying like an extra $400 for an extra 13 frames per second, which is like, is it really worth that much money to you? Probably not. Like, in my opinion, not. The single core annoyed you, and overclocking is a thing you shouldn't have to do. You don't have to overclock them. Like I said, like the i5 is still perfectly fine. Like I said, an unoverclocked i5 is only 13 frames different than an i9, sort of thing. If you overclock it, then you're getting the same performance out of an i5 than you would an i9, and you're saving yourself $400, and all you're doing is overclocking the thing. So it's like, yeah, you don't have to overclock it, but if you want those extra frames, then you can, sort of thing. Misha Vlogs, you were so unlucky. You're walking to park everywhere and only got 3 shinies playing the whole thing. That sucks, man. Honestly, you only needed 1 extra shiny, and you would have had enough to do the whole family. Like, 3 is still pretty good. Unfortunately, did you also have the issue with not getting a lot of the research tasks that you're actually looking for today? Because that was one of the biggest issues that I had. Half the Pokestops that I actually spun didn't give me event research tasks. They were giving me just normal research tasks, which did make the shiny hunting a little bit harder than it should have been. You wish com days were 6 hours. I'm actually happy that they're not 6 hours anymore. 6 hours is a long stream. Like, it's a long time to be outside, like, especially like in the weather. If it's the middle of winter, then it's freezing cold and wet sometimes and all that sort of stuff. So I don't want to be outside for 6 hours. And then during the summer months, it's like boiling hot and the sun's shining and you're getting sunburnt and all that sort of stuff. So it's like, I don't really want to be outside for 6 hours. It'd be nice if they ran them over, like, you could do your 3-hour slot, but during a period of the day, you could choose which part of the day you wanted to do your 3-hour slot. I think that would be a good way of doing com days. Because at this point, a lot of people miss out because they're working or they've got family obligations or something like that. So they can't do the com day during the allotted hours. So if they could choose a time where they could, you know, use 3 hours at some point during the day, I think that would be a lot better for a lot of people. But they want people to come out and be together because it's community day sort of thing. It's called day. But like I said, if they were to adjust it so people could choose which 3 hours they wanted to do it during the day, I think that would make it good for a lot of people. But again, they can't do that just because they want the community to come together and do stuff at the same time. If people could choose whichever time they wanted to do it, then it sort of defeats the whole community aspect of Community Day. Jimmy's secretly your father. God, I hope not. Wait, how old are you? You love GoFest though. Yeah, GoFest is good. I was saying that earlier in the stream as well. I think it'd be cool if we had GoFest type events and the tour events a little more often than one we do. Because they're good draw cards for the channel. Like a lot of people tune into those streams, so having those sort of streams a bit more often would be good. Alrighty, well, it is 5:30, so I think I might wrap it up here. You're 23, wait. No. No, see, I would have been 15 years old if I was your dad when I had you sort of thing, or when the woman I was with had you, because I wouldn't have had you. So, probably a little bit young. Probably don't want to be your dad. Probably not going to be your dad is probably a better way of putting that. About Negan's age. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not your dad. Just gonna throw that out there. But alrighty, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here so I can go home and cool off, because it's been a hot day walking in the sun. Go home, have some din-dins, and play a bit of Starfield or something like that. Kick back for the evening, watch some anime. I've been doing a lot of that lately. I've been watching a lot of anime. If you haven't, guys, there is 2 series on Netflix. If you've got Netflix, I would suggest watch Godzilla Singularity Point. That's pretty good. And watch what was the other one? Gamera. I've just been watching some kaiju animes lately. So yeah, watch Gamera, which is a new one that they just released. Gamera and Godzilla, they both come from like the same universe. Godzilla-esque type of kaiju stuff. So definitely check them out, guys. Did I watch Hunter x Hunter? Hunter x Hunter. I'm guessing. And I've watched the first season of Demon Slayer. They haven't bring the second season onto Netflix yet, so I haven't seen the second series. As in Hunter x Hunter. No, I haven't seen that. No, but there's a couple of other animes that I've been meaning to watch on Netflix that I sort of need to get around to. But yeah, I've been in a bit of an anime binge lately. The new series of JoJo is supposedly coming to Netflix in October as well. So it's going to be another series of JoJo, which is pretty cool. I only finished watching the last one probably a month and a half back, 2 months ago, something like that. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. But thank you so much for tuning in. Much appreciated. I will be back on Tuesday evening for Spotlight Hour. I think it's Growlithe. Can't remember off the top of my head, but Growlithe rings a bell. And then Wednesday we have Genesect raids, so I'll be hosting Genesect raids on Wednesday. And then, like I said, I will hopefully have these new computer parts at some time during the week as well. So I should hopefully be able to do a Starfield stream at some point during the week as well for you guys. So we'll jump back into that, continue that, and yeah, go from there. But until then, guys, enjoy your morning, evening, noon, or night. Stay safe. Happy hunting. Thank you for tuning in. Good luck with your research day. Hopefully you guys get all the shinies, all of that good stuff. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button because it does help out the streams. Live action One Piece on Netflix. I haven't watched the anime series yet, so I think I'd want to watch the anime before watching the live action. But supposedly the live action is actually pretty good. Like people have been saying that it's one of the better live action anime adaptations, so it might be worth checking out at some point. But yeah, I'm wrapping up the stream, so I'll get around to that at some point. All right, guys, have a good one. I will catch you guys in the next stream. Until then, bye bye. Have a good one. Have a good night. Bye bye.